It's Saturday, and that means we're back with the role-playing games. And this week it is Slayers. Hooray!
Yay!
Whee!
You sound so
Punch
enthused, Nick.
things. Yay! And now Nick is a goat. Yay!
All right. Switch over to the map. All right. So, when we last met, if memory serves me correctly, you guys had gone into the catacombs underneath the evil nobleman's tower in the village. Had been going through the excavation there, that the archaeological dig that had been going on there. Had been utterly, completely surprised by a gelatinous cube, because I thought that would be funny, and I was right.
Yes.
That you managed to, after you stopped panicking, destroyed it very quickly.
Yep.
Admittedly, I didn't panic so much as come up with a good idea to buy time so people could settle down.
Yeah, but you didn't nearly walk into it.
This is true. That's because I'm back here, because I'm not stupid. I'm a mage.
At which point you further went in, eventually found the site where they were actually digging something out, which was a gigantic Orhalkan golem. You fought a wizard, a regular stone golem, and some mooks. Dealt with them, and then...
Then Ingram blew up my giant robot.
yeah...
It was totally my giant
Zarkov
robot,
was
too.
was enthralled by the giant Orhalkan, basically mecha. Jaxie tried to convince him to not fool with it too much. Engram got involved.
And when Edgar gets involved, it's already game over.
It's all over. It's done.
To be fair, it was doomed from the start. He was pushing buttons.
Well, how else are we supposed to start it up so you could destroy the city of Yonkers, which has a silly name?
Now, look. Only one person could have destroyed that thing and kept it from working, and it obviously is clear who of us did it, but which one of us did it. But if no one pressed any buttons, nothing would have happened, and that just wouldn't stand.
If I remember correctly,
It's true.
technically
You have
speaking,
to
it was
push buttons to make the robot stand.
technically speaking, I believe it was a lever that was pulled and then broke when it was trying to be pushed back.
Yes.
The robot, the Orhalkan golem, went into critical mode and kind of exploded.
Because that's what they do in Slayers.
Yep.
Yeah, well, it had been buried for a long time and no one done any maintenance on it, and someone ferreted the main power sequence without actually, checking to make sure the magical engine was actually, fully intact, which it wasn't.
And in my defense, it blew up when I tried to turn it off.
Well, yes. I was
trying to preserve it.
and I wasn't going to let you guys have a giant Orhalkan golem because I'm not stupid.
It doesn't
Look,
matter.
guys, we're overlooking the most important thing here.
That Ingram now has to wear
I
a hat
captured-
that says meanie all the time.
No, I captured the two highest bounties in this entire thing, and that's all.
Oh,
Actually, I haven't collected the bounties yet. I think that we just took them prisoner on our ship.
you took them prisoner, and you were
And
going
there's
to...
a lynch mob behind us.
Yeah,
Anchors
We're not
away!
well, we were never going to turn the bounty here. They don't have any money to give us.
No, especially considering that you've blown up the the nobleman's house.
We probably blew up the bank. So
Yeah, you kind of did. The treasury was in there.
so let's move on.
Right.
So the last episode...
Justice has been served.
You poor people, you deserve to be poor!
Your words, not mine.
So yes, last
I'm also
episode...
making Ingram wear a t-shirt that says, "I'm why we can't have good things."
I don't think you'll find one in my size.
You know,
Have
the
to be
fact that Zarkov can make these shirts so easily is proof that he's a good wrestler.
So yes, our the party ended last session running from
I'm
the...
totally a hero. I blew up a dangerous threat to the world.
Aha. We're running
your
away from
t-shirt
the
again.
very angry townfolk and guard and such as the Remnants of the nobleman's house came raining down all over the place, doing a lot of damage to the village and such. I think that was part of the reason they were kind of upset. And they fled back to the ship.
There's not a jerk forcing his will upon them anymore,
That's a plus.
so they can rebuild it at their leisure.
Yes, but they have to rebuild it.
They rebuild towards freedom.
Of course. And the captain of the ship, seeing you guys running towards him and sort of, weigh anchor, weigh anchor, weigh anchor! You all piled on and have set sail. And continuing on down towards the desert where the, apparently you are going to go find the Sword of the North, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, the sword of the sword of MacGuffin.
Yes, the Sword of the North.
Yes.
Buried
Reason
somewhere in the
south.
southern desert.
Yes.
On the plus side, you did actually unite the villagers. You did unite the villagers all behind one thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
really.
exactly. Yeah, just get killing us is just.
Yeah, just don't go back there, and everything will be fine.
Why would
As
we go
long as
back there? There's nothing. There's nothing to see.
True.
Well, there's rubble.
There's a giant crater that you could go look at.
There's no money there.
Are you kidding me? That's a tourist attraction.
Actually, there probably is money there. It's just really hard to find it all.
Yep. And there are probably
A
bits
little bit there, a little bit there.
and scattered around the landscape are probably large chunks of Orhalkin.
Wait. Shit!
What?
What?
We should have collected some.
No idea what you're talking. You had a lynch mob after you.
I could have put them to sleep. Actually, no, I couldn't have. I was completely out of spells.
You were You were teetering on the edge of exhaustion. So
Damn plebeians!
So you have been at sea for a couple of days at this point. And it's been relatively calm and quiet. I mean, there's been enough wind to sail, but fairly calm seas. It's been pleasant actually.
Yay!
Those of you who had failed your initial seasickness test should give me another fortitude save.
I probably did.
If I remember correctly, the ones who passed it were Zarkov, who basically can't fail it.
Yeah, if I remember
Not me.
correctly.
Not me. Let me do
Yeah.
another fortitude save.
I believe it was
Yeah.
Zarkov and Engram who passed.
Yes.
I probably did pass.
Actually, you're fine.
Well,
Yep, you are both fine right now. You didn't roll well enough to basically be over to not have to roll again if the seas get choppy, but nothing bad is happening right now. In calm seas, the DC for this is not that hard, especially as you've now been on a boat for a good long while. But yeah, honestly, it's been relatively pleasant, as I said. Nothing bad's happened at all.
Let's consult the
Hooray!
crystal ball and see how long that lasts.
Go for it if you want.
Oh dear. Alright, that's vision plus 10 because of my crystal ball, if I recall correctly. This here, vision plus 19. Oops. I should actually impersonate first. 29.
Okay. There are visions of unspecified trouble ahead.
You don't say.
Yeah.
try again later.
I'm
I
just saying
paint
that
an 8 on the front of the crystal ball.
there's unspecified trouble for this ship in particular up ahead. But there's also sort of general sort of trouble in the near future.
I don't think I'm going to bother the captain with this one.
All right.
It's like, there's generic trouble in the future. I
There
don't know how I
always
can
be
possibly
generic trouble
advise you
ahead
to
on the
respond to it.
Well, all right. A few hours later, there's a cry from up in the crow's nest that there's a ship approaching towards you guys. Basically, I see sails off to the off the starboard bow. So it's coming in from out at sea, basically.
Interesting.
And this is sort of more towards sort of early evening, so it's getting dark, and it's beginning to get cloudy, but not like storm cloudy, just cloudy.
Okay. I'm going to ask to hide up in the crow's nest with my crossbow,
Okay.
and I want to get an oily rag and something to light it potentially.
Done. The scout up in the crow's nest sort of looks at you and says, "Well, if you are willing to be up here," he hands you the spyglass and says, "There are things I could do down on decks if you're willing to keep an eye out on things."
I start putting my soaked rag around a crossbow bolt.
And then he shimmies down the mast.
Oh, I thought you were gonna make a Molotov.
No, I'm just gonna shoot a little. I'm just gonna like basically shoot a fire arrow onto it in case I need to.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Probably won't, but you know.
Aim
All
for
right.
the powder.
So a little bit more time passes. It's getting darker. Are you keeping an eye on it, Nick?
Yes.
Okay, then you can give me. I'm going to assume I'm going to assume that you know how to use a spyglass because duh. It's not that
I
hard.
put the big end in front of my eye, right?
Right. Yeah. No.
Let's see.
I'm assuming that your character knows how to use one because.
You want a spot check then?
Yeah. Yes, actually.
Oh well, I aced it.
Very nice. All right. Well, a couple things you note about the ship. It's slightly bigger than yours. Square rig, so if it's got the wind behind it, which it does, it's faster than you guys are. You notice that there are a bunch of it has some sort of weird, sort of glowing, sort of orbs of what look like fire, sort of floating above the railing on the ship.
Interesting.
It's not like actual flame. It sort of looks like it definitely looks magical.
So
St.
like
Peter's
magic
fire.
lanterns. So like magic lanterns.
Basically, yeah.
All right.
And you notice that it looks like they are sort of they seem to be casting sort of beams of light that sort of seem to be sweeping along the sea.
So do they actually appear to specifically be heading in our direction?
Actually, yeah, it looks like they're sailing towards you at this point.
Huh.
With that roll, you also notice very easily, even at this distance in the poor lighting, that there is when you sort of scan up to the top of the mast, you can sort of see their flag, which is black with a skull and crossbones.
I'm gonna shout down to the captain or whoever's on deck.
What are you going to shout? What are you saying?
Pirates coming towards us.
That gets activities. He sort of shouts up, "Are you sure, lad?"
Skull and crossbones means pirates, right?
Yeah, that means pirates.
Just in this clandestine conversation we're having. That's pirates, all right.
Jaxie just thinks, do skull and crossbones always mean pirates? Sure they do.
As far as Jaxie knows, yes.
But sometimes it means it's poisonous. The
Poisonous
ship is
pirates.
That's true.
poisonous.
They,
Oh, I hope they're ghost pirates.
It's a poisonous pirate.
actually, yes. It means either pirates or poison. Take your pick. Yeah, Ingram, pirates.
Yeah.
So don't let them bite you, or you'll get infected and
With
become
scurvy.
become a were pirate.
Scurvy. They'll just suck the
No,
vitamin
see,
C
Skitch,
right
if they
out of you.
bite you and it's dangerous, that means they're venomous, not poisonous.
Ooh, that's true. That's true.
If we bite them,
You
we'll get sick.
ingested, it's poisonous.
So no eating the pirates.
Such a weird difference in it.
It is. All right, they are getting closer. And now the beams of light are now focused directly on your ship. Everything is fairly well lit up.
How
I
far
wave.
away is the ship?
It's not in attack range yet.
Fine.
However, I want everyone, if you guys are all watching the general area, I want everyone to give me a spot check.
Uh-oh. Might suck at that.
I don't think I have anything invested into it. I need to confirm my
I
sheet.
think I gave you a button for that, Eric.
You did. I'm looking for the button now.
Button.
There it
Spot
is.
is 3.
Got the button.
Oh, hey, I didn't suck completely terribly.
I rolled lowest this time.
Jaxie's the one who spots it. Jaxie, you notice that there is as you're sort of looking, you glance what looks like a very long, sinewy, dark shadow underneath the water near the pirate ship.
Is it coming from the ship, or is it going towards the ship, or is it moving?
It seems to be moving in the same direction you guys are, so perpendicular to the pirate ship, and it seems to be headed sort of almost under it.
Huh. I wonder what-
It's Sildra.
There's nothing ominous about that at all.
No, not at all.
Nope. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, there goes my idea for freezing their sails.
Right. Well, do you say anything, Jaxie?
Well, Jaxie will sort of point towards the water as it approaches the ship and rally the message about something being in the water, essentially going under their ship.
Well,
The
you got
pirates.
a few people do. Okay. Well, Jaxie, unfortunately, not many people are paying a lot of attention to you at the moment.
Yeah, I figured that was gonna be the case. Like, I just picture like they're sort of jumping up and down, like with his, admiral's hat and jacket.
You just gave me the mental image of nautical aerobics, and he's doing jumping jacks at the moment.
He's trying to get people's attention and pointing at the thing under the water, and well, nope, nobody's paying attention.
While there are advantages to having the cute feet, there are disadvantages, and this is the disadvantage.
Absolutely, again, like nobody's gonna take him seriously, especially with that hat.
Also, there's the more pressing matter of the pirate ship.
Yes.
And you can definitely make out they've got a few mages on deck who seem to be powering up fireballs and such.
Oh dear.
However, as you guys are readying your defenses and such, and the first fireballs have been launched, but they're basically just out of range. They sort of detonate off the bow. You're guessing they're basically warning shots, effectively. In fact, that's entirely what they are. How are the rest of you guys reacting at this moment? What are you guys doing?
I'm prepared to shoot my burning crossbow bolt at them.
Okay, so you got you.
I'm looking for Jaxie, but he's so damn short, and there's not a,
and there's
so
a lot of
many
activity
bodies.
on deck because pirates.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. Hey, short guy, where are you?
Eventually, you will spot him, but I will tell you when.
All right.
I'm actually at the part of the ship that's closest, and I'm yelling at them to get over here so that I might punch them to death.
All right. Well, they are getting closer. In fact, they are now in range for things to start being doable. If you, Nick, you think they're at sort of the fringe of crossbow range.
Okay. As great an idea as the aiming for the black powder is, I'm pretty sure those are kept below deck.
I don't even know if they would have it, considering this is within the barrier.
And
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't really know. So
Yeah. As an aside, gunpowder is kind of uncommon where you guys is when you have people who can throw fireballs.
yeah.
Cannon are less awesome.
So I will instead, I guess, try to aim for the main sail.
All right. Give me if you want to take the shot, feel free.
Okay. Plus 13. Actually, it's a longbow. I thought it was a crossbow. Whatever. The longbow makes it easier, actually.
It does.
Yeah.
30.
Well.
Yeah, you hit. It's not a small target, and you rolled really well.
Yeah.
The arrow flies, arcing through the air on fire, and sinks into the sail. And the sail starts smoldering.
Yay!
It may burst into flame at some point.
Right.
But that's not going to be very important in a moment.
That's good.
Word.
Like-
Engram finally finds Jaxie, who's screaming for people to try to pay attention to what he has to say.
Before I have a chance to say, Jaxie will interject and say, Ellis, you gotta listen to me. No one else is paying attention. There's something else out there other than the ship.
You don't say.
There's something under the water. It's big. I could get a good look at it. It's big and black, but underneath there's the pirate ship. So
If you want to give me a search, if you look for it, you can use search for this, Engram.
Okay, I actually have good search.
I know.
Let me double check what my search is.
Since
There
you're
it
being
is,
to-
I've
since
got
you're
it.
being told where to look and such. I'm going to let you use
what to
search
look
this.
for? Yes.
Yeah, I think I see.
All right, you see the long sinewy shape that seems to be sort of snaking back and forth underneath the pirate ship at the moment.
It wouldn't be dragony, would it?
Well, it's long and very sinewy and big and
Mhm.
underwater.
Mm-hmm.
If you
Yeah.
want to give me a lore check, feel free.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really matches up with all your descriptions of sea dragons.
Hmm.
I wonder if
Jason,
I'm
like,
related
jumps-
to that one in some fashion.
What?
There's a dragon.
Well, okay.
So why is it underneath their ship?
Wait a minute, there's a dragon
Uh,
I can punch?
Engram is going to observe the other ship. Are there chains going beneath the waves?
Nope.
No. Hmm.
No, and at about this moment, out of curiosity, Zarkov, what is your bonus to jump?
Significant.
I know. What is it?
What, you want me to actually look it up?
Yes.
13.
All right, you're beginning to get in range that you think that if you really if you pulled it off, you might be able to actually jump to the ship at this point, since jumping in Slayers is redonkulous. When you're thinking about it, when there is a large, by the way, the cloud covers have been getting heavier and heavier during all of this. It's looking like it might be about to start becoming stormy. When there's a huge sort of almost explosive sound of something coming rushing up out of the water, and the sound of something big and heavy smashing down on wood, and the creaking and breaking of timbers as you see a huge glistening blue form come arcing up out of the water and over the top of this pirate ship. And then the same thing happens again, and once more as you see the huge sinewy form of a sea dragon sort of arcing up, looming over the pirate ship as its coils start constricting and crushing the ship. And you just hear screams of terror from the pirate ship and from your ship also.
Jaxie just sort of remarks, I guess that's a good thing.
Oh, come on!
And you hear the cries from everyone on your ship of, "Dragon!"
What? I haven't done anything.
And you notice that people that they are currently maneuvering to basically start trying to sail away from the dragon at this point.
Like Jaxie like stands up on something to get closer to Ellis's ears, like and says, "You want them to think that you're in cahoots with that thing?"
Well, I just said dragon. They didn't specify.
And
These people.
yeah, you see fireballs being thrown at the dragon. They don't seem to be doing much.
Tarkov processes his arms and looks and starts pouting.
They are coming about and sort of look like they're sort of vaguely heading towards land at this point. Your ship is, though
Getting
you
the
are-
hell out
you-
of Dodge, right?
Yeah, though you are not like you're not particularly near land at the moment. I'm gonna check something on this.
Oh, looks like we're making another detour.
What? No, that would never happen.
Again.
Yeah, okay, I was right. I was just looking up the spell resistance on sea dragons.
So, Jaxie,
What?
in the event that one of those threats comes over here, I have a bit of a plan,
Uh
but I'd need your help.
huh. Wait. You want my help? Oh, okay.
Is that so strange?
Depends on what the help is.
Well, I don't have anything particularly explosive in my magical arsenal. You do.
Hmm. Oh. Wait a minute. Well, where am I going to be aiming this?
Well, my idea was you blast the water comes up in a huge amount, I freeze the water, and there is a giant ice shard impaling whatever comes after us.
Right. So basically, we're making an impromptu ice lance coming up from the water underneath.
I was
Ooh,
thinking
that
letting
can then
gravity
do
have
a
a
jump
hand in it.
off of.
What?
A bit
Right?
more down.
That's your plan, right?
Right. Okay. So
Out of character specifying on the downstroke, not the upstroke.
right. Basically, you want to have an impact pushing stuff down and getting
Yes.
that pressure.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's one way to harpoon a problem. But I guess the question is this thing going to give chase?
We don't know that for certain, but if it does, I would recommend that plan.
Well, I'll be on the ready for it.
All right.
All right. So, as you guys are talking and debating what you're going to do, out of curiosity, Nick, what are you doing at this moment?
I'm going to come down from the crow's nest.
Uh-huh.
As for another
And-
oily rag,
No. That's not going to work.
but there's a barbecue over there.
Well, Nick, I'll say this: the sails before that mass topples over with a horrible snapping crank, the sail was on fire.
Oh, that's nice. Does it fall on the creature?
Technically,
Does it hurt? Does it hurt the creature?
not particularly.
Does it do at least 1 hit point of damage?
You don't know. Maybe,
Aw.
maybe not. It's hard to tell. It
Hang on a
doesn't-
sec. Hang on a sec, guys. I'm going to go over there and measure its HP gauge.
If it had an
actually-
HP gauge, the 1 hit point probably wouldn't register as being very noticeable.
I'm going to actually look over the side of the ship and see if any of the pirates are washing near us.
Not at the moment, no.
I'm going to wait to see if any of them do.
At this point, you hear horrible cracking noises as the pirate ship is broken in half. And
Maybe one of their
starts-
corpses will come this way.
I totally could have done it if I wanted to.
I know.
And your ship is now turned directly with wind and sailing directly away from the wreckage, heading right for land. However, behind it, you notice that you can hear sort of a horrible rushing noise and a roar of fury and anger, and a horrible rushing noise as if, something large was partially up by the water swimming after you.
Yeah?
Does anyone look behind you, I assume?
Yes.
Well,
Oh,
the
yeah,
dra-
I'm
the-
still looking in that direction.
Yeah,
Yeah, imagine
the
I'm
upper
on
part
the,
of the dragon is
top there.
chasing after you with his upper body sort of up out of the water, sort of snaking through the water, chasing you, roaring.
Taxi?
You can notice that it's got a long sinewy body, a big draconic head. It's got sort of arms with sort of
God damn it.
flap-like wings, sort of hanging off of the its upper forearms.
Yeah. There we go.
I also activate my talisman.
I guess.
Ah,
I guess.
there we go.
I guess.
On.
I guess the best attempt I have at this is a fireball for this.
Sure.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
All right. As soon as we start moving, Jaxie stands up on a barrel or a keg or whatever in order to get better sighting, and does the standard array of casting fireball. And he controls it at least.
That's good.
That's good. Drain isn't too terrible, at least.
Drain's only
All right,
8.
Your fireball arcs out. You're aiming at the water in front of the dragon.
Right.
Okay. All right, the fireball hits the water and explodes, and water goes arcing up, but mostly steam.
Hmm. That isn't how I remember it working.
Well, it's fire. It's water. There are drops of water being flung up by the concussive blast of it also. So I mean, it's a combination of the two. It's a mixture of steam and water.
Oh well,
Actually,
steam.
I should say water vapor. There's
Oh
steam
well,
in there
that
too,
should
but
solidify just as well.
so should the steam.
All right, let's freeze a bunch of steam and water. Ice ball. I got that one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I assume you were
Second
incanting,
drain.
right?
Yes.
Okay. How am I going to adjudicate this? Well, you're not directly targeting the dragon,
Right.
Right.
so it's not going to get a spell resistance definitively.
That was actually part of the plan.
Oh, I know. I'm just debating what the actual effect's going to be. All right. Well, behind what ends up happening isn't so much as what you were aiming to do, but it might actually be helpful anyways. The ice ball sort of slams into the mist and detonates. And some shards of ice do fall down on the dragon, doing some damage. I'm not going to roll it out or anything like that at the moment.
Yeah, I'm not asking you to.
Right. But what main thing that happens is that, you see that there's this flash frozen wall of ice that's between you and the dragon now. Sort of a path of ice that sort of freezes down and freezes along the top of the water behind your ship. It doesn't catch up to the ship or anything like that because the area effect on ice ball isn't that huge.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you now have sort of a frozen wall of water between you and the dragon.
Not how I planned it, but I'll take it.
However, you hear sort of what sounds like ice cracking and such, like almost something large is driving through like a sheet of ice. Sort of like almost like the sounds that for modern people that you might have heard of, like an icebreaker ship sailing through, a frozen seas and such.
Right.
And then sort of a thud, a horrible scream and howl of anger from the dragon.
Well,
And then repeated thudding noises, each of which is followed by the sound of ice cracking.
that looks like it's not going to hold it for too long, but at least we get a little bit of a.
It gets you some distance.
How am
Okay.
I supposed to punch it if it's way over there?
The answer is
I start notching arrows.
Okay.
Okay, this is a sea dragon, you said?
It is.
Would it be a lore master check to determine the general intelligence of these kinds of dragons?
Go for it.
22.
About average for a human. It's smarter than a lake dragon.
Smarter than the
Well,
average
screw you
dragon.
too!
Well,
And I just disconnected.
did you?
They did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, it just disconnected me. I think my internet went dumb.
Oh, it disconnected you from the server, MapTool
Yeah.
server. Okay, hang on. Let me. It's not showing on my end, but I'll disconnect.
Yeah, there was like a 5-second silence on my end when I rolled the thing, and then I just hear, "Well, it's smarter than a lake dragon." I'm like, "Oh well."
Well,
that's
okay.
true.
So you can reconnect to the map tool and such.
Yay!
It is of roughly average human intelligence, which means it's smarter than a lake dragon and a black dragon. But not as smart as, say, I don't know, a gold dragon.
Right. Okay. Huh.
So, if it's technically animal intelligence, it's a brilliant animal. But it's, in fact, they are basically sentient.
Okay.
I believe that sea dragons are definitively sentient and are not really animal-like intelligence.
Right, okay. Dang. Of course, I forgot to open the book beforehand. I had my sheet, but not the book. Anyone else got any ideas while I look this up?
Of what?
I shoot it in the eyes.
What to do with this
Punch it
thing?
until it's dead.
I mean, I could try to make
Anyone
it
with good ideas?
I could try making it dinner. I could try talking
What,
about
is
it,
punching
and
to death,
I
until
could
it's dead not a good idea?
I could
We're just going to keep on delaying it until we get to shore, dude.
But then that doesn't involve me punching it.
but right,
Maybe it
because,
does.
You know, but what does punching it really do in the scheme of things?
Makes it dead?
Well, what if it doesn't die from a punch?
Well, you punch it again.
What if that doesn't work?
It always works. What do you mean doesn't work?
And when you
I-
say that,
oh.
you hear the final smashing noise as it finally smashes its way through the ice wall and comes
Well-
charging after you again.
I
Give it
shoot
one-
arrows at its eyes.
All right, give me a couple shots.
15. Ooh, yes. And next one is at -5. So, ooh, those are good ones.
Those are good ones.
They're nice rolls.
Fortunately, college shots are difficult.
Yes, they are. I have a bad question for you, Nick.
What's that?
Is your bow magical?
No.
'Kay.
That's why I aimed for the eyes.
All right. Well, Call Shot Eye is.
I know it's really hard, but it's impossible for me to penetrate the scales, I think.
What's the max damage on your bow shot?
It's 1d8.
Yeah. They do have damage reduction 10.
Aw.
See, I
Eyes
can hurt
have
it.
damage reduction?
Shouldn't the longbow be 10?
No, the longbow's 8.
Huh.
Shortbow's 6.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
crossbows in 3rd edition are round about the same, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right. I had to look up the range on projection because I had an idea with that.
Cool. I approve.
Turns out that the range is as far as I can see, which suits me just dang fine in this case.
I can't imagine why.
So, it's a projection of myself, so I'm going to make a projection of myself flying up in front of it, and through the projection, I will fake using my cold breath, as in I'll fire it through my own projection, making kind of a puppet show of it, and then make it go off in the other direction, and hopefully it'll chase that instead.
All right, go for it.
Alrighty. So this is a DC 20 white spell. Where's my token? There you are. Yeah, I got that one just fine. Alright, so that's a half drain there. Yahoo. Alright. So I cast the projection. It flies over. I'm going to use my breath
Right.
for 11 cold damage, which probably isn't going to amount to much. But
Not
it's
as
fine, because this is for distraction purposes. And I'm going to insult it and have the projection fly off past it in the other direction.
All right, I'm going to make making a die roll to sort of think about how I think the dragon's going to react.
Okay. Would you like a bluff check?
If you would like to give me one, feel free.
19.
Not bad. Okay. Let me take a look at something then. Then I have to look something up. That changes my my internal debates on this.
Oh, word! You're changing plans again.
No, it's giving me it's giving me more things to think about, which is a good thing.
At that point, Ellis realizes that the dragon in the water is actually her, and she's been fighting herself from the future.
Not as such.
Oh,
No,
God
because
damn it.
that is a sea dragon. I'm part lake dragon.
okay, so you're a freshwater dragon. That's a saltwater dragon.
Yes.
I get it.
Huh.
And I object to this notion that they're more intelligent than we are.
I never even made that assertion.
Well, they are. All your research seems to indicate that.
I still don't have to like it.
Well, you're not fully dragon, so
I know, I'm just being
you got the smart bits
smarmy.
from being part human.
I know, I'm just being smarmy.
I know.
Skype back? Can people hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes.
All right, Word. Well, the dragon surges towards you, your projection, and snaps at it. And it lunges forward with rather impressive speed, actually. And its teeth go sort of through the projection.
Okay.
And you could swear it makes a harumphing noise. Sort of, and it goes back to chasing the ship.
Well, I tried.
Well, you did slow it up. It did slow down for a bit. You bought
Okay.
Hey.
I'm back now, I think. Maybe.
Hey, Eric. Skype derped on you?
Completely.
Lovely.
Like, yeah.
So, yeah, what happened? So, I don't know if you heard what Word was doing.
Don't think so.
Okay.
I cast projection and basically
Oh,
distracted
yes.
the decoy.
Yes.
And you did buy your guys some time. Definitively. Yeah. By the way, Nick, your arrows do arc out at it. You don't hit it directly in the eyes, so it sort of goes clattering off these scales around its eyes.
Okay.
It looks sort of irritated.
I'm going to, I guess, continue doing this purely because it's the only thing I can do.
Well, yeah, the crew, virtually everybody is sort of everyone who has a bows in the back of the ship, all launching arrows at it, hoping to get some sort of lucky shot somewhere.
Or at the very least to try and discourage it, yeah.
Yeah, but for the most part, arrows go sort of clattering off of it in impressive quantities. The ship does have a ship sorcerer, who does in fact incant and throw a fireball, which detonates. You see a huge explosion, and the dragon comes cruising through the explosion, seemingly unharmed.
There's a reason I'm not doing that. Besides the fact that I don't have that spell.
Okay.
How far is it
Open
at this
for
point?
a natural 20.
Yeah, a crit will definitely pull it off. Definitely give you a hit at somewhere vital.
How far is it at this point?
Well, it's now getting it's actually getting pretty close. Eric, Zarkov thinks with a running start, you might be able to leap from the back of the ship onto it. And a decent roll.
Would you qualify that as being 40 feet?
Longer than that.
60?
It's more like maybe like 100 feet or so.
If I seem trying to do it, could I use a levitation to basically give him a boost in his jump?
Sure. I like that idea.
I am totally gonna do this now. I'm going to punch the dragon midair. It's gonna be awesome. Probably gonna get swallowed and killed, but it's gonna be awesome.
Jaxie will attempt to resist the idea, and then it won't work, and he won't resist it.
It's
So
sort of
just
the whole, you see
remember-
Zarkov running, you're like, wait, Zarkov, no. Oh, never mind. Levitation.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not very good.
Well, that's
That's actually pretty good.
I don't get any drain. Half drain, that is.
You're drained one.
Drained
So
one.
with the benefit of the levitation spell, Eric, you actually go sailing through the air, and a round later are in position to throw a charge punch at it if you'd like.
Oh yeah, I'm totally doing that.
All right, go for it.
Pacifist crush.
Yeah, let me just take a look at the dragon's AC for a second. I gotta double check what it is. Good luck, Eric.
Do I want to hit him at 5? Yes, I do.
Would you like to re-roll that with a
yes, I
your
would.
hero point?
It's a hero point, so it's plus 10.
So it's a 31. So you actually hit with the power with that.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
You barely hit. I'm just going to say this.
Okay.
Its AC is 28.
Awesome.
Roll damage.
Fucking damage resistance.
Ingram whistles innocently.
Fortunately, Eric's gauntlets are magical.
Yes. Also, Pacifist Crush, so an extra 2 damage on that.
38, huh? 36, huh?
Or no, that was included.
Oh, it's
so
included. Okay,
it's
34
7.
damage. Okay.
30.
Okay, Eric.
Yeah?
Now you need to give me another roll.
What am I rolling?
Any skill you think will help you hang on to the dragon and not go plummeting past it into the water.
Athletics?
Athletics, acrobatics, something. Climbing, maybe? I don't know.
Thought I had climb.
Like it's like Jackson's like, I don't think we've thought through this all the way through.
No, you didn't.
Oh well.
No, you didn't.
Think
You didn't
something-
even- you didn't even
Zarkov,
give-
think something through? Never.
We didn't even give him dash so he can swim back here in a hurry.
Nope.
That would have been useful.
Yep.
Yes, it would have.
This is a climb check.
Okay, go for it.
I do have a button for that. Okay.
16. I'll give it to you, actually. So here's what happens. Zarkov goes flying through the air towards the dragon. The dragon is surging towards you. Doesn't stop, but it slows down a little bit. It looks at you very confusedly as you come flying and deliver a beautiful sort of, flying Superman punch to its jaw, sending it rocking backwards.
Robo Raids!
You proceed to start plummeting, and you manage to grab onto one of its arms. You're now dangling from one of its arms, being buffeted by its sort of wing-like things off its arms. The dragon is very
Maybe not the best
irritated.
thing to have caught onto, yeah.
I'm going to start punching it in the armpit.
Okay. That was your action for this round. You are now hanging on to a very angry dragon.
So here's my question. Is it continuing its forward momentum while it's being body blowed by Zarkov?
It slowed it down. It's going to start surging forward again. Or it may not. You don't know yet what's going to do this round. Nick, what are you doing?
Okay. Let me check how much rope I have.
You're on a ship. You have as much rope as you possibly want.
I tie an arrow to lots of rope.
It's like, you're on a ship. You've got lots of rope. If there's one thing you're not short of on a ship, it's rope.
I think that counts as a move action.
Sure, I'll get... cool.
So I will then make one attack, and I guess if I miss, that maybe Zarkov can grab the rope. 27, so it still doesn't do anything.
Technically, you don't hit. Okay, so here's what happens.
I was really hoping that you would get in the eye so then he could zip line back to the ship from its face.
All right, Eric. So Nick, I'm gonna say this. So the arrow goes glancing off its scales and goes arcing over the dragon's arm on Zarkov's side. If you would like to spend a hero point to have the arrow somehow fortuitously wrap around and sort of tie itself into a knot around the arm, you can.
Yep.
All right.
Also,
now
now
have a-
something to climb onto so I can get up to the head to punch it.
Not my intent, but whatever.
All right. Skitch did his levitation basically. What are you doing, Word? Other than standing there looking on in befuddlement. Which is what most of the crew is doing at the moment. Because they just saw somebody go leaping towards the sea dragon and punch it.
Right. Let me just check the description on the spell real quick.
Go for it. The captain is literally standing there, eyes bulging outwards, jaw completely agape, with his hat, having taken his hat off in one hand, holding it sort of limply at one side,
Oh,
and his other hand sort of on the top of his head, going, "What's just happening?"
right. Okay, so I'm going to cast Flare and hopefully blind the damn thing.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it's a shamanist spell, and I suck at those. Oh, hey, I made it.
Well done. All right.
All right, so it's definitely within range. Does not allow for a saving throw, actually. There again, it's not really meant for being an attack spell, so this is me being creative with basically a light spell of sorts.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, I'm just trying to have this thing hang around in its face so it can't see anything relative
All right.
to...
Give me a ranged touch attack.
Oh, hell.
Well, you're not going against its full AC. On the plus side.
Uh,
A lot of its armor class is natural armor.
What the hell is my base attack? 3. Well,
All right, that beats its touch AC.
wow.
Yay.
Its touch AC is like 8.
Yeah, and my modifier is 3. There's a wide margin of error.
Yes, you need to roll an 11 or better. All right. Well, the flare sort of arcs up and sort of up in front of its eyes, and it sort of goes. "Arrgh!" It's not going to blind it for any significant length of time, but for the short term, it seems to be inconvenienced at least. All right, we'll move on to the next round. We'll do Eric first, since you're hanging there from the dragon on its arm. I'll point out your grip is not incredible, since you're wearing gauntlets and are hanging onto a wet, scaly thing that is struggling.
Okay. I'll grab hold of the rope and tie it around my waist. Then I want to make a climb check to go up to the head.
So you
I
basically
presume-
grab the rope, loop it around yourself. This is not currently taut. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
And start climbing
That
up.
way, if I fall off, I can just pull the rope back up. I can just climb back to the boat. But I want to get on top of this thing's head to start punching it till it goes away.
All right, give me another climb check. Great. One other, Eric. Give me
Yeah.
a rope use check.
Oh shit.
Tie the rope properly.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't begin to go on about how much I hate
Aha!
that skill.
All right. You think you've tied a pretty good knot, actually. All right, you're spending the round climbing up the rope. So you all see Eric you see Zarkov sort of, grab onto the rope, tie it around himself, and then start climbing as he's dropping. He drops a fair ways. Seems to be dangling from the dragon off the long length of rope that's arcing back to the ship. That's not tied to anything on the ship, but there's enough rope that's not a problem. And then you notice Zarkov is climbing up the rope.
Well, I didn't really think that he would do that.
The dragon is currently sort of, and the timing is good because the dragon's arms now are arcing upwards towards his face, sort of trying to cover his eyes. The dragon has slowed down, significantly at this point.
As Zarkov is climbing, Jaxie will cast. If he can see him climbing up the ship,
Yep.
Jaxie will cast. Good old dash on. What the hell? Another 20
Wow.
on the spellcasting check.
Nice.
With my impressive
action.
+4 to my.
So, and I assume you did. Is that counting the? Yeah. So you've got. And I assume you were chanting and canting, right?
Yes, yes.
All right. Well, Eric, you are dodged. You have dash cast on you.
Mhm.
Excellent.
The ship is sailing further and further away
No.
because, it's a sailboat. I mean, all right.
You've won this round, dragon, but next time Zarkov will show you what his justice is. I jump into the water.
Well, it's not your turn right now. So,
Okay.
Nick, what is the Crimson Shadow doing?
We're gonna give Zarkov about 100 more feet on this end of the rope,
Uh-huh.
and then I'm going to tie it off.
Okay.
You know, because I figured that if he was actually going to bother climbing the dragon, that he'd probably want to stay up there for a little bit longer.
Okay.
Do
You
you
do
need a
have
rope-
some people on
rope?
the ship looking at you like you're crazy, tying the rope off, thus tying the ship to the dragon.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about that.
Well, cut it if the dragon's tied to us.
They're aware of that as a possibility. They're just sort of like, wait, what?
I'm just going to say this.
okay.
Zarkov might make fantastic dragon bait, and you will have one hell of a landed sea monster.
And then I'm going to shoot an arrow at the dragon.
Okay, go for it.
Ah!
32. Honestly, okay, you don't hit the eyes, but the the dragon is again sort of arching around, sort of screaming in pain from the fact that it's it's had a flare fired into its face, and the arrow goes arcing to its mouth and actually hits. Roll damage.
Oh, sweet. I hit the uvula.
I was just thinking that.
All right. You do some damage to the dragon.
It feels a bit nauseous now.
You don't really hit the uvula. You sort of hit the roof of its mouth, but
If I hit the uvula, then the dragon would stop chasing us.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
All right. So sketch dashed Zarkov this round. Word, what are you doing?
Oh boy, I can't even begin to imagine it. I don't really have anything that I can get clever with that has enough range.
Okay. You'll wait.
I guess I'll throw an ice ball at the surface of the water to kind of delay it a little bit.
Okay.
And who knows, maybe Zarkov can develop skiing while he's at it.
All right. Roll away.
All right. Hey.
All right. Yeah, you free. Actually, I should probably make a spell. Make a penetration check for the dragon.
I was going after the water.
I know, but it happens to be the area effect, so you're getting both.
Oh, well then.
If you make it, you get to do a little bit of damage, basically.
What is this? My D20 plus my caster level or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think you can get through, but
This is a caster level or character level?
it'll be caster level.
Okay. Oops. Hey.
Nope. No, you can't actually get through.
Boo.
SR-25.
Of course.
It's kind of oomphy. It's a dragon, I mean. But the water in front of it does freeze.
Yay.
All right, next round. Eric,
Yo.
if you climb this round, you should be able to get up to the head. And I will give you the advantage of doing that before the dragon gets to go, but it will go next. What would you like to do?
Got another 100 feet of rope, huh?
Well, that's sort of dangling behind you, yes.
And I'm tied to it, huh?
Currently.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
I'm gonna climb.
Okay, you climb up. All right, you may make one attack roll if you'd like. You may also pontificate if you so choose.
You thought you could come after us? I'll show you! That does not hit.
No, it doesn't actually. You are 4 short. You fit your fist, goes ah, and glances off the dragon's scales. You remember now that dragon hide is pretty darn thick and tough.
I should have gone for a Justice Eye Gouge.
It blinks. The dragon blinks a couple of times, and you notice one of its eyes sort of rotate over towards you, and you hear it. You swear it's snickering at you.
Yeah, next round is Justice Eye Gouge. Which is an attack I just made up.
It's going to swing a claw at you. It can't really bite or tail slap you at the moment, given where you are, but it can use its claws on you. Its long, horribly bladed claws. Although it's not really trying to claw you per se.
Try to slap me off the damn thing.
Yes, that's in fact exactly what it's trying to do.
That does in fact hit me.
All right, so it hits you. I'm gonna roll damage for it now
Okay.
because you're taking the damage. And then I want you to give me a strength check after that. Give me a strength check now. Take 14 damage.
Yeah, whatever.
2d8.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
You go sailing off the dragon. You don't really have much where to grab onto, per se. You go sailing about 100 feet, until you run out of
This
slack on the
isn't
rope
over!
and start arcing down towards the water. Yeah, you drop into the water. You all notice.
I was
this-
thinking that he got slapped to the side, at which point at 100 feet, the rope would have gone taut and he would have orbited the ship and ended up in front of it.
Well, the problem is that the rope is tied to both the ship and the dragon.
Ah.
So it basically forms a little triangle and swings him straight down into the water. Zarkov's blasting off again. Then you all notice that the dragon is now reaching with its claws sort of into the rope and seems to like sawing at the rope with one of its claws.
On which end?
Actually, it looks like it's just sort of trying to saw through the rope, on the bit that's closest to its arm.
Yeah, well, my point is that it runs from it to the ship, and then from it to. Zarkov.
Actually, no. The rope currently runs from the ship to Zarkov to the dragon.
That.
Zarkov tied himself in the middle of the rope.
Yeah, I tied myself in the middle.
Oh, okay. Then he doesn't have very much leeway from between him and the dragon.
Not that much, no.
Okay.
And it's certainly going sawing
This
through
isn't
the rope.
very good.
It isn't moving at the moment, though.
All right. I'm gonna go. Oh shit. And then, I can't believe I'm thinking of this. I'm going to get another rope.
Okay.
I'm gonna tie it around myself.
Uh huh.
You're going to shoot Zarkov.
No. And I'm going to start tightrope walking towards the dragon. On the first rope.
Why?
Because I have to untie Zarkov from the dragon.
This is the best game ever.
Oh God. Well, Nick,
I
before you
imagine
do
that's the conversation that Leonard has with the sailors around him.
Nick, before you do that, the dragon is sawing off the rope between Zarkov and him. So
he's just gonna fall in the ocean.
well, oh, I see. Well, yeah. He is currently dangling over the ocean. So yeah.
Shouting insults at the dragon.
Right.
This isn't over yet, you scaly beast. All right, give me a balance check.
All right. Okay. Yeah. 14.
I'll say it's good enough for now.
So my plan is basically that I'm just going to get close enough to reach Zarkov and cut him loose from the rope,
Okay.
so that we both have my rope, basically.
Got it. You notice that the ship. Everyone on the ship notices the ship is currently slowing down, since the dragon isn't really moving, and the ship is, and it's still tied to the dragon.
Just give me a few more seconds.
The ship really can't do a whole lot about moving at this moment, being a sailboat and all.
Right.
Okay.
Use the motor. What motor?
Soy. You get the impression the dragon probably could have cut through the rope more quickly, but it's enjoying. It's feeling kind of. Cool.
It's enjoying its new yo-yo.
Eric, you get the distinct impression the dragon is actually actively laughing at you now.
I shake my fist and pontificate. Hold on, let me make a villainous monologue check.
Absolutely.
It's only +5, but
Hey.
Well, you shout some villainous monologue at it. The dragon does not seem to be impressed. It snickers a bit more and goes back to sawing through the rope slowly.
Well, at least it's giving me a chance.
All right. Well, Jaxie, Engram, what are you guys doing at this point?
I do actually have an idea for the moment, but since apparently Leonard's plan is to get to Zarkov and give him a backup rope, I'm going to actually do this as a held action.
Okay. What is it?
Or,
You're holding your action until something happens.
damn it, no, a reaction.
Ready to act.
thing.
You're readying an action.
Ready to action, there we are. I couldn't remember, brain not work.
That's fine.
Because apparently I'm a lake dragon, and lake dragons are stupid.
you're not a dragon, you're a dolphin. Shut up.
You know, I could not assist you in not dying.
Who's going to die? I'm the hero. The hero never dies.
Superstar
Anyway,
lives forever.
So my ready to action is going to be, I'm going to...
Unless it's something that DC's doing to like sell comics, but then
All right,
5
so-
of me will come back.
Alright, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ready an action to cast Freeze Arrow to fly forward and cut the rope as soon as that's holding Zarkov as soon as Leonard has him secured. So that way Leonard can get going back much faster.
Okay. So noted. Jaxie, what you doing?
I was gonna do a similar thing with fire magic, but I'm not sure about what to do now.
If you want to do the same plan with Flare Arrow, go ahead. Your touch business is much better than mine.
I'm gonna prep flare arrow for a similar thing to what Ingram's doing. So
Okay. So
The only
noted.
reason I'm not using Freeze Bullet is because it doesn't have the range. None of these spells have any damn range.
Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I need to figure out what I'm going to do at this point.
Yay, we ruined the session.
No, we just start off on a good note.
You did not ruin the session. You've made it better.
Worse or better?
Better. Definitely better. All right. Well, Zarkov, you're up technically.
Yes, he's definitely up.
Well, there's not much I can do tied to the middle of a rope while the dragon mocks me, then shout with impotent rage at it. So I'll do that.
All right. Give me a spot check, by the way. Yeah, you actually do notice that Leonard is walking down, is walking tightrope, walking down the rope towards you.
Just as a suggestion.
Yes.
Actually,
Quick,
have a
jump in its
suggestion,
mouth
have
and
a
stab
question.
it a lot with your chain.
Leonard, wouldn't it be easiest for you to just shoot Zarkov with a roped arrow? I mean,
No,
he'll be fine. He
No,
regenerates.
because he'll still be tied to the dragon.
Oh, we've got that. We're working on that part.
You aren't going to be. Never mind. I acted faster than you did, so shut up.
Fine. It was just a thought.
Everyone's just like, "What's going on?" And there's like, "Shit," and goes and takes action. Where you guys are like, "I don't know what to do."
I know
Alright.
what I'm doing.
So Zarkov, screams the imminent rage of the dragon and encourages Leonard to leap into the dragon's mouth and use his chain on it. Got
No.
it.
Well, it's not armored there. That's the best. It's the obvious thing to do.
Is it my turn?
Sure, why not? You can go before the dragon this turn.
Okay. I will try to reach Zarkov.
Alright, you're at Zarkov now.
Okay.
Give me another balance
Fine.
check.
All right.
Okay, you are balancing quite nicely there. When you reach Zarkov, you all of a sudden get the impression that something is looking at you and laughing.
Hi, how you doing?
The dragon has currently got its claws sort of right over the rope and is looking at you. It seems to have been watching you. It's been getting closer. Almost it was holding its action until you got right to Zarkov.
Yeah, I was waiting for this.
Schnicked. The rope is cut.
All right. I've used my move action,
Yep.
so I will lash out at it with my chain,
Go for
and
it.
I will aim for its eye. Let's see. I want to use a hero point on this. Fuck it.
Go for it.
That's 31,
Okay.
and my chain is magic,
I know. Give me a second.
and I aimed at its eye.
Roll damage.
Full 8. And it's bleeding.
I know. All right. You don't catch it directly in the eye. But you do hit it.
Right.
And the chain drags across the dragon's snout, gouging into it, causing it to bleed. The dragon sort of rears up as the rope breaks, and you and Zarkov start plummeting towards the water.
Ha! Take that, sploosh.
Actually,
get.
before Sploosh, Mecha, a question.
Yep.
Are they still over the area that I froze?
Not really, no.
Could I redirect the freeze arrow to be below their position?
Actually, sure. What the hell?
Alrighty.
So we thunk into solid ice instead of nice cushioning water? Do you hate
Yeah, I made
us? Never mind, I know the answer to that.
You can either stay where you can breathe, or you can go to its native territory, where it has every advantage conceivable. But, yeah, I passed that check.
All right. The two of you go slamming down onto the icy patch underneath you.
Ow.
Zarkov, where you hit, you hear cracking noises and the sound of ice groaning.
Uh-oh. How are you at swimming, Leonard?
Leonard, you feel yourself being dragged along away from Zarkov by the ship.
Oh,
Oh,
crap!
I'll-
Grab onto Leonard!
Yeah, don't worry about me. I'll be just fine.
They now have a boogie board.
Zarkov, I think we just invented a sport.
Bounce, 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 bounce. At around, I don't know. How fast do sailing ships go before the wind?
No.
Probably about like 10 or 12
If
knots.
this is a heavy wind, I can imagine us getting 10 knots easy.
Yeah, we'll say 10 knots. So the two of you go skipping along the water,
Parsecs.
hanging onto the rope for dear life.
What's the dragon doing?
That's what I'm debating.
At this
It's
point, I
probably
imagine it's just...
staring in bewilderment.
Actually, that is basically so. Consider going. Is this worth it?
It's like, if the dragon hadn't just had its face completely mauled by Leonard, I would imagine it's too busy laughing its ass off at them.
It's in between, sort of amused and enraged at the moment.
It's just kind of in a state of indecision. I don't know if I'm super pissed or not.
We should do this more often.
Bounce, bounce, bounce,
No.
bounce. You were both being kind of bruised by the water. People in the ship are currently trying to haul you guys in, also.
God damn it, Zarkov, why are you so heavy?
Hey, I've been watching my girlish figure. I'm downright
Girls
spelt.
have you been hanging out with? Zarkov's like, troll girls. Oh.
As an aside, Bexa brings up a fantastic point. Water isn't cushioning.
I was gonna say like speaking about his fan club, you're there.
All right, well, the dragon at this point parks up and dives under the water.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Ha! Told you it would win. It's running away now, in fear.
How do you know that?
Well, obviously.
How much distance is between them and where the dragon went submerged?
At that point, probably about between them and the dragon, about 100
Yes.
feet.
Oh, excellent. I'd like to throw an ice ball depth charge to hopefully give it something to slow it down again.
Sure. Cast away.
Well, I succeeded on that one. Didn't do it fantastically, but I succeeded.
All right, roll damage and give me a penetration check. I haven't decided yet if it'll actually hit, but
Okay. Damage, that would be... This does D8s, right? Ice ball. Zero.
that's D6s.
D6s. Ah. Oops. Okay. So, 8 cold damage and a resistance check. Since I incanted it... Oh, wait, no, that's a save, not a resistance. Right, never mind. Derp. 1d20 plus 4. Yeah, no.
No, yeah, that was a seriously below average on the damage.
Yeah.
That was only
Yeah.
slightly above average for 2d6. Ow. All right, well, time passes.
Word, stop rolling like me.
And Zarkov, you and Leonard are pulled up to the ship and are being hauled up. Another rope's lowered down, so Zarkov, you can climb up on your own. And don't have to hang off of Leonard.
Okay.
My scarf is soaked.
So's mine.
It smells salt for days.
And the two of you climb back into the ship.
See? Victory! We chased it off.
You have a weird definition of victory.
Well, it fled.
Could be fleeing temporarily to regather itself, and then get revenge on us.
And then we'll do it again.
So you mean by do it again? You mean what
Go
we just
flying
did?
through the air and punch it again.
You realize I don't know if that worked as well as. I'm not sure if that would require another attempt, but
Well, on the positive side, everyone's alive and we still have a ship for the moment.
that's true. And so we should be able to get back to shore.
If we have to do round 2 with it, I would most certainly rather be on land.
Yes, that would be much more preferable.
Put at a significant disadvantage. That doesn't sound very sporting.
We were at a significant disadvantage.
Oh, I
Yes.
guess it would even out then, yeah. Well, we did just beat the crap out of it, because we obviously won. It's the only explanation.
Other than the one I just gave, sure.
You did annoy it something fierce.
Yes.
You did not do particularly significant damage to it.
I think the only person who didn't piss it off was Jaxie.
Um,
I was gonna say, it's like later on we'll get into a conversation. Realize it was just trying to talk to us like the librarian.
no, it really was not.
Probably not. No.
Okay, everybody, I need you to give me a spot check.
Oh, here we go.
This is after about 10-15 minutes.
20.
Hey, mine was nominally decent. Hey,
All right, I need to make a roll here for myself. All right. Nothing bad's happening.
Yet.
Yeah. And then with a huge lurch and groaning, creaking, cracking noise from the ship, something huge and solid comes rushing up out of the water underneath the ship, sending it flying through the air.
Well,
You hear timbers creaking. None of you actually beat its move silently check. Apparently, sea dragons are stealthy. It's got a plus 16 move silently.
wait, why were we
Holy
trying to
shit.
spot it if it was moving silently?
Well, it's a case of trying to notice it at all. I mean, if you prefer to listen, go ahead. But
I think it's the same score for me, but whatever.
right,
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think it's a big difference for me either.
yeah,
We're in the same score for me, so yeah.
my bad.
Yeah, it's the exact same score, so.
But yeah, the ship is knocked up out of the water, and you hear timbers breaking and creaking, and the ship goes arcing through the air.
Well, looks like you're getting round 2.
Well, sort of.
Whee!
And then you notice the tail coming sweeping through the air into the side of the ship.
yeah, we don't have a ship anymore.
No, you do. It's just sort of broken as you go arcing towards the shore through the air. And you notice that as you are as you're sailing away from it, you notice the dragon sort of make a sort of a sort of head shake up, and as it turns around and goes sailing back out to sea.
I shoot an
I shake
arrow
my
at it.
fist at it.
All right, your arrow goes
While we're-
clattering off the back of it as it
Damn it.
speeds away.
I cast levitation, so I don't have a crash landing.
Jaxie's
roll.
floating on a piece of driftwood.
Well, you guys are all still technically on the ship. Okay, yeah,
For now.
you're levitating. Fine. The ship comes crashing back down into the water in the shallows, and goes skidding through the water and is sort of beached.
Well, we made it to land.
Everybody is comedically injured and bruised, but not actually hurt.
Except Ingram, who's in the air.
Yes, Angren comes floating back down to the deck.
Did anyone else think that was really fun despite the problems?
I don't think getting a ship destroyed counts as fun in my book.
Well,
Jim.
that was the problem. But the whole flying through the air was kind of fun. But then there was a landing, the whole sudden stop.
Speed doesn't
Yes.
kill. It's the sudden stop that does. Suddenly stopping that gets you. Yes, you were all sort of scattered amongst the various people and pieces of wood and such on the ship, but no one's badly hurt.
As Ingram lands, she gracefully dusts herself off casually.
I hate dragons.
Oh, come now. You don't hate
What?
me, do you?
You're a dragon.
No, she's a dolphin.
Half dragon.
And half dolphin.
She'll take one finger and flick one of her fins.
I hate dragons.
Ingram will pout.
So I guess the first thing to do is to see how badly the boat's damaged. The second thing to do is to get it back under the water.
Remember, the third thing to do is that we don't that none of us know how to do either of those things.
How hard can it be to fix a ship? You just, I don't know, nail some boards to it.
Let's
That's
go
how it
see
works,
what there
right?
is to do on shore.
The captain is sort of dusting himself up, and it's like looks around, picks his hat up, dusts it off, looks mournfully at the broken feather, puts it back on his head. Well, that went better than my last encounter with the sea dragon. My ship is
now we'll know
mostly
if it's
intact.
And now we'll know if the same one attacks you.
He starts ordering her around to figure out how much damage has been done. He looks over at you four and says, "I don't suppose you all would mind scouting around on land, see if there's, wood available anywhere nearby."
Sure, I'll go on land.
Okay.
Because I think we're going to need to replace some timbers in the ship, and that will require wood.
Engram will cast levitation and just kind of hover up around 30 feet or so and see which seems to be a good direction to go for that.
Inland. You can see trees off in the distance, but I mean, whether it'll be remotely appropriate trees or not, it's hard to tell from a distance.
Okay.
On the plus side, we know we can gather all the wood we need by punching it, because this is obviously Minecraft.
Okay.
I think it's less that this is Minecraft and more that you're Zarkov.
Everything can be
There
solved.
is that. All right. Well, you all travel inland for a while. Honestly, it's very pretty here. Honestly, despite it's raining a bit at this point, but it's not like huge awful thunderstorm. It's sort of just a
Beach episode.
Well, you're actually not on the beach anymore at this point.
We do need to have a beach episode at some point, though. It is required.
But you can sort of see off in the distance. You can sort of see what looks like a forest and such, and you'd guess that the trees are probably appropriate. Although, from what both Jaxie and Ingram can give me lore checks if you'd like.
What is it? Lore checks?
Yeah.
Okay.
See if you can remember anything about shipbuilding that you might have stumbled across in a book somewhere.
What is this shipwright lore?
Just lore and just make a lore master check.
All right.
Okay, both of you do remember that, just chopping down a tree is what we'd call not ideal. Ideally, would want your timbers to be seasoned and then treated with like tar and such, so that they don't, But in a pinch, you probably could use fresh wood, just to get yourself to actual port.
Right. An actual shipwright.
But if you had access to tar, at least you could tar whatever limp timber you managed to collect.
We'll also need feathers.
Engram knows exactly what to use both of those on. Zarkov.
What? I saved us from the dragon.
If you say so.
Besides, you blew up my robot. So don't give me any trouble.
You did such a good job of saving us from the dragon that someone had to save us from you saving us from the dragon.
I had it completely under control. I did.
I'd like to see you not being in control then at some point. What would happen if you allowed utter chaos to break out, I wonder?
Probably something a lot of fun.
Stupid dragon. Delaying me from collecting my bounties. Didn't even get any pirate corpses.
Actually, are they still apprehended?
You have no proof on the pirates.
He's talking about the prisoners.
You have no idea. There's probably somewhere on the ship.
Where else are they gonna go?
You certainly didn't take the time to look for them after being flung onto land.
I didn't really care.
Yeah, I kind of guessed. It's more, get me off this stupid boat, get me off this stupid ship. All right, well, you all sort of, at this point, it's gotten to late evening. You probably want to, and you're at the fringes of the forest. And it looks like it's a decent place to make camp. It was pretty late when you got off the ship. It occurs to all of you.
Yep.
At least we get to sleep on the ground.
Which has a startling propensity to not move up and down while you're trying to sleep. I assume you guys want to set up some sort of watch schedule of sorts.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not gonna worry about the particular details. But whoever's on watch in the middle of the night, I need a spot and a listen check from you.
I think that'd be Engram, because I think we went like Engram and Jaxie hit the middle shift.
Yeah, because you guys can actually see in the dark.
Makes sense. So both of you give me a listen and a spot check.
Oh, goody.
Listen. Oh, goody.
I need to check what my listen is.
Okay, well, Jackson, you'll probably hear what's happening. You will definitely hear what's happening.
Okay, there's my spot. Great. And here's my listen. What?
Nope, you hear it too. All right. Well, you hear off in the distance. You hear and you feel when you hear it. You also then notice it. Notice notice this also. But you hear a sort of off in the distance, a good distance away. You hear sort of a loud sort of thud, thud, and you feel the ground sort of vibrate very slightly underneath you. And you occasionally hear what sounds like trees sort of breaking and being knocked over. Followed under thud. Thud. You can all give me a search check to see if you can spot what it is off in the distance.
Hmm.
Is that everyone or just the people are actually awake?
People are awake, yes. All right, yeah, you can see off in the distance a large form. Sort of, it's sort of, moving through the trees off in the forest, off in the distance. Seems to be walking vaguely upright. It's got sort of a... hang on, let me see if I can find the thing. Yeah, all right. I just want to check that. It seems to have sort of, it seems to have two huge, massive forearms it's got sort of big, broad shoulders dangling into long, big, massive arms. Huge sort of torso and a big, sort of, gnarled head almost, with a gaping maw of a mouth.
Huh. So this is we're currently in.
Honestly, and it sort of looks like it's sort of got some sort of spikes sort of coming off its shoulders also, and it's just sort of walking sort of perpendicular.
I was gonna say that we must have fallen through time during the time our ship was in the air, and we're in the land of the lost. But I'm guessing that's not the case here.
Yeah, you can actually both give me lore checks. You can also give me arcane knowledge, sort of knowledge arcana also.
Okay.
Let me double check what that is. 13. Ah.
All right.
With our knowledge combined, we probably have some idea of what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because Jaxie's lore master check isn't good enough. Engram's is in the right ballpark. Jaxie's arcana check is in the right ballpark, but Engram's arcana check isn't.
We just exchanged notes very fast.
Yeah, sort of. Honestly, what it makes the two of you think of is The only thing you can think of between the two that it could possibly be is a Mazuku of some sort. A big one.
Hmm. I wonder if we should do something about that.
Which direction does it seem to be heading?
It just seems to be walking sort of along, basically perpendicular to the direction you're heading. You know, so perpendicular to shore, basically. But it's pretty far off.
Hmm. Well, as long as it stays there and we stay here and let not the two paths cross, I don't see any reason to antagonize another large creature.
And it keeps walking along for a while. After about 5 minutes, it just disappears. Like, 1 minute you see it start walking through the trees, and it sort of looks like it bends over a little bit, and then just doesn't come back up, and you stop hearing the thudding noises.
Well, I suppose that's that.
Is there anything you guys want to do during the night? You two want to do before your shift ends at this point? Or do you guys want to talk about it? What have you? Go.
Well, Ingram has offered her comments. Don't really have anything else I think I can make use of the situation without actually going and investigating, which I don't feel like doing at the moment.
Yeah, I was gonna say we should keep note of what's happened, what we saw, but not necessarily go out and go after it.
Yeah. So I'm going to guess that we just finish our shift, let Leonard know that there's a big thuddy thing that doesn't seem too dangerous at the moment, and then go to sleep.
Wait, what?
Sure, just let Leonard know.
You're still asleep. You did first shift. And if we tell you, you're going to go running off after us, and we're really not telling your ass.
You don't know that for certain. It's at least a 0.31% chance that I won't.
We're not telling you.
All right, nothing happens during Leonard's watch. And it is morning.
Yay, morning.
So, what do you guys do at this point?
Guess we have to figure out we timber thing. I mean,
You'll definitely have to head a bit further into the woods to find trees big enough, but yeah.
Mecca, you mentioned that the trees would ideally be like treated with tar.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if Emgren could go look for like a reasonable tar deposit along the coast or something.
You give me do you have like a area knowledge type thing?
I don't think so. I might. Let's see here. Knowledge Arcana, knowledge religion, knowledge local. Seems to be it though.
Yeah, I guess you give me a lore check then.
Alright. 20.
You can't think of any off the top of your head in this area.
Mm.
You think there probably is some tar on the ship, but
Oh well.
all right. Well, you head further into the forest. Then I take it.
If
Sure.
there are no objections.
All right. Do any of you guys have like a nature check or anything like that? Nature skill.
I'm War Master.
I have survival.
Good enough. Roll. Give me a survival check, Leonard.
I rolled a 1.
All right. That'll take you a
I
while.
could tumble at it.
All right, Leonard. Eventually, you get to trees that you are fairly certain are now big enough to actually provide proper timber. Gets you pretty deep into the woods. These are pretty zogging big trees.
Well, they should work, I think.
At least they seem pretty big to you. None of you have. Everyone give me an intelligence check at this point to see if you can try to decide how much timber you guys probably need for the ship.
Of course.
Wow, all of you rolled pretty decently, honestly.
Yeah.
We're disagreeing on how many square millimeters we need.
No, pi
Alright,
is
so
one.
you think
is
you know
3.14.
roughly how many trees you're probably going to need. All right, then you can. How are you planning to get? Are you planning to take trees down now, or are you planning to just go back and get people to come out and help you?
I'm pretty sure that's what the idea was, because the only one who could really haul stuff is Zarkov. Unless we do something goofy.
Also, all kidding aside, I don't think we can punch a tree down.
Yeah, none of you really have axes or anything.
Mm-hmm.
None of us really have swords. Or any kind of... I suppose we could use the spiked chain as kind of like a chainsaw.
No, you're not using my knife either. Not after last time.
I've got a shovel, and if you want to completely uproot it, good luck with that.
Well, I assume you guys want to at least like mark the trees you think are appropriate.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yep, I actually have ink, so we can mark him with ink.
I was just gonna, like, take off the bark and...
Yeah, that works too. Cheaper.
Probably would work better, actually.
True.
All right, so you
It
guys
really-
you guys spend some time
yeah.
marking trees. Everyone, give me a listen check.
Oh, here we go again.
25.
Wow. I've been getting pretty lucky with these spot and listen checks.
All right, Jaxie and Leonard, you both hear the sound of some sort of animal rushing through the undergrowth towards you. It sounds fairly big and snorty.
It's Tusky.
Well, actually, it is in fact, as you guys sort of move aside, it is in fact a boar that seems to be running at fairly high speeds.
Jackson just looks to Leonard. It's like, well, what? Huh, I wonder what that
It's
sounds.
it runs at fairly high speed. It runs Zarkov
Yes.
with that roll of a 6. You feel a large, pig boar come slamming into you.
Do the whole spinny thing in the air before I come back down.
The boar is actually somewhat stunned from running into Zarkov as well. It's not a huge boar, but it's a. You also notice a sort of stunned, staggering boar, that sort of like, basically it runs to Zarkov, staggers a bit, and slams into a tree, staggers off, and it looks sort of. You all do notice that there does seem to have an arrow sticking out of it. It is bleeding.
Aww.
I see future bacon.
And you hear a female voice saying, "Out of the way, you idiots!"
What?
Well, good morning to you, too.
As you hear an arrow come whistling through the air and thud into the boar again. And the boar.
Now, just what did it do to you?
They're trying to get food.
So I like boars.
Yes, boars actually are very good
Why
in
you hang
stews.
out with us?
And you see
Rim shot.
you see a woman sort of come stalking into the out into the clearing. You guys are the area you're standing in. She has a bow in one hand, quiver over her shoulder. Let's see if I actually have a token for her. Where are you? There you are. I'll bring it back to the grasslands thing just for simplicity's sake. It's not a particularly good image, so I apologize. And the outfit is not entirely accurate, though it is somewhat.
Mm-hmm.
She does seem to be wearing some sort of like a armored guard on her left arm. that has a
Right.
bracer on her right arm, and she's wearing.
Is she wearing a fancy skirt while hunting?
No,
Okay.
she is wearing sort of more appropriate sort of generic fantasy traveling gear more, but the rest of it is fairly accurate. She's got dark hair and fairly pale skin,
Hmm.
and long dark hair that she's got up in a sort of a ponytail up on the back of her head with a.
Jaxie's actually like over where the boar is and just investigating it.
She
Trying
doesn't walk
to-
over the boar. The boar is like lying on the ground, sort of bleeding out. She walks up, pulls out a knife, and finishes it off.
Well, how do you plan
Penguin
on
looks displeased.
how do you plan on prepping it?
Gonna butcher it and smoke it probably.
But to smoke it? Oh, that would take far too long for very little payoff. I would suggest.
No, it'd be quite a bit of meat that'll last me quite a long while.
Mm.
And therefore, since it'll be smoked, it'll keep well. Who are you people? What are you doing here in these woods?
Our
We're looking for
shipwreck.
trees to make into a boat so we can keep going. And I'd listen to him. He's actually really good at this stuff.
Hmm.
The food, not the tree thing.
She sort of sighs.
Jaxie just cooks up a gigantic pastry ship. We sail away on cake.
like as she looks back to Jaxie, he probably has a chef hat on already for some reason.
She looks around, sighs. Slings her bow over her shoulder and sits down on the boar.
In truth, we didn't even know that anyone lived in these woods or near here.
Well, fair enough. I honestly, that's why I'm sort of surprised to see anybody here. Not many people live around these parts.
So you.
I
just
apologize.
live
I've not introduced myself. My name is Hesperia. I hunt in these woods mostly. You say you're on a ship that washed up on shore?
A sea dragon attacked us.
Ooh.
We beat the sea dragon, though.
No, we
no,
didn't.
we didn't.
We survived the sea dragon. Just because you punched it in the face once or twice and I gave it a scar across its eye doesn't mean we beat it.
Pretty sure that means we beat it. Also, we're not dead.
Neither is it.
Yeah, because it ran away.
So, are you from a city, a village, just with a family?
Well, I have a small cabin out here that I live on my own in. There's a reasonable sized village from here, probably about a day's travel on foot away.
Hmm.
I live here on my own mostly.
I see.
So,
You
well,
don't look like sailors.
No.
well, that'd be because we're
Jaxie's like, that's because I don't have my sailor's hat on.
oh no, better yet, like Jaxie, like she looked back at Jaxie. Jaxie has the same entire hat on the ship, and he says that's probably because we aren't.
Aha.
We hired the ship.
Ah. She blinks a few times. Huh. So you're looking for timbers, huh? How big a ship do you guys have?
Insert
probably-
dimensions here.
Yeah, and Grim will recite the dimensions. She
looks
was
at the
paying attention
trees.
to that.
Zarkov will actually give an estimate between his two hands, assuming this ratio scale this big.
She nods, thinks about it for a second, look at the trees. How much damage does the ship take?
Oh,
They need that much
It's
timber.
in half at the moment.
Strictly speaking, it's not actually broken in half, but one side is kind of stoven in, though. It didn't actually
Well,
break
the
the ship.
dragon decided to invent a new sport. You know, when you hit a rock with a stick. Yeah.
It was right after we invented a new sport. I think I'm gonna call it ice bouncing.
Oh, wait.
Thank you.
She looks perplexedly at it and says, "Okay, well, there's some actually fairly dangerous creatures that lurk in these woods.
There was a thudding noise we heard last night.
Yeah, there's a really big thing that lives out here. It's
By,
big.
by thing, I think you are talking about, and other characters referring to Mazaku, right?
Yeah.
Or, I think you're talking about the Mazaku that Alice and I saw the other night
Was
while
it
we're on
Mazaku?
watch.
Never fought a Mazaku.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Yeah,
What
They're
is this?
creatures of unbridled evil.
Yes,
Do to be
Jaxie, he wants to
exterminated.
fight everything. You should know
But what-
better by now.
Jaxie holds his head a certain way. Like, what does it simply punch a Mazaku and hope that it actually works? You have to have a little bit more tact to your tactics than just punching it.
I could give it a justice eye gouge.
Right, so what is this big thing?
well, you seem to be on the right track. I think it is a Mazaku of some sort.
There is.
Yeah.
How long has it been here for, though? Or how long have you noticed it?
According to legend, it's been lurking around here for a good 50, 60 years, from what I understand. Maybe longer. I mean, there are old stories about it.
And it doesn't do anything except hang out in the woods.
Well,
I'm pretty sure-
and, crush, anybody who goes near whatever it is that it's lurking around. If you give the area, it seems to mostly stomp around a wide berth. It doesn't seem to bother much of anybody. Which changes from time to time. It seems to be looking for something.
Huh.
Interesting.
Yes.
She shrugs.
Well, whatever it's looking for, it can't be good. It is a Mazaku.
Or perhaps that's exactly why it's looking for it.
So, if you don't mind me asking, why have you hired a ship to sail? What direction are you sailing? I admit,
South.
I don't get to see people very often, so I'm kind of curious.
Oh, we're sailing south on a grand adventure to achieve
Engrim
something.
puts
What are
her
we doing?
hand over Zarkov's face. We're heading to the desert in the south.
Yes.
The desert.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess if you're far enough north, getting to the desert by sailing south makes sense. You're not that far from the port near it. Interesting.
Are we heading to the desert again?
We're there to seek an artifact of some sort.
Oh, right. Okay.
So you're questing after artifacts of some sort in the desert. Interesting.
Yes.
Most members of our group don't really care about this artifact.
And we just kind of stares at Leonard and Zarkov when he says that.
Well, most is in half.
No, it's
Interesting.
definitely in. It's definitely in the. I can't think of words. I completely lost my capability for language. I'm sorry. Hold on a second.
While he goes to find
It's
that,
in the
I'm gonna.
best interests of goodness and rightness and justice to find this artifact, whatever it is, for whatever reason.
I'll be right back. Gotta pick up food.
Okay.
Jackson looks back at the boar.
Well,
So yeah, what else can you tell us about this vile monster stomping about, laying waste all around it, as it searches for some mysterious artifact that? Wait a minute. We're searching for a mysterious artifact. It's searching for a mysterious artifact.
In a completely different part of the planet.
You don't know that. You don't know where we ended up.
I have a rough idea. We didn't travel very far before the dragon attacked us.
I honestly don't know a lot about it. I avoid it like at all costs. You know, I'm. She sort of points at the bow and
Yes, of course. The realistically, I don't think any of us are planning necessarily on dealing with it, but
Or
I
not.
mean, I'm a fairly skilled archer, and you know, I know
Yes,
I
but-
know a few tricks here and there, but you know,
but it's a Mazaku.
yeah, exactly. I mean,
Yes.
I'm just one person.
Yeah. Has it been more active recently? I guess is the one question.
As far as I know, no.
That's the only thing that would have made me have some degree of concern is that if it was more active, leading to some. I mean, there could be something else that is. It could be related to it, but I don't think attacking it in any form at this time would be prudent,
All right.
especially given the collateral damage it will cause, much like collateral damage towards a certain vessel that we have to fix.
Yeah,
Come on, the vessel definitely came out better than the pirate vessel.
Yes, but
pirates. You're being
Yes.
attacked by pirates too.
well,
It
we
was a
were.
good day.
We were until the dragon wrecked the pirate ship and then started chasing after us.
You all seem like you live interesting lives.
You have no idea.
She's actually grinning at that.
Though for some reason I'm starting to get ideas for different types of pies. I don't know why?
What?
Are you talking about pork pie?
No.
No.
No, nothing too savory. Though that does bring up a couple of other options.
I'm
We
back.
do have pig here.
What I miss?
My pig.
You could.
Pork pie.
Well,
No. Well, I mean, you could do a stewed boar pie. That would be a possible one as well.
Well, if you like, since it sounds like you guys are going to be, felling some trees and such, and
Yes.
you'll probably want someone who knows the area fairly well to, keep an eye out for, some of the more dangerous species that live here. I'd be happy to keep an eye out for stuff.
What, does building a ship take long?
She looks at you like, yes.
Take the amount of time you would use to make a house and make it much more complex because you need to make sure it's watertight.
Never had to build a house.
So like
We're going to be here for
6
at
hours?
least some weeks.
Weeks?
Possibly weeks.
Unless we
it'd be
find
really
another
boring.
ship. If
We're
we
gonna
can
get
find
really
another
bored.
ship, then our problem is solved.
I don't think there are any ports really near here, unfortunately. So finding another ship will be tricky.
Maybe some of the driftwood from the pirate ship ended up here. Could use some of that.
Well,
But yeah, if you want to help us with trees and monsters and stuff, yeah.
I've got nothing better to do, really. I mean, tell you what, you guys came in from the coast.
Yep.
Most of the nastier stuff is you guys shouldn't be bothered by much of the nastier stuff on the way back out. I'll sort of try to keep things clear in this area for as best I can while you guys are getting people to help you take down the trees, since you guys don't seem to be equipped to chop down trees.
Yeah, we kind of need axes.
And probably ways to convey the lumber back to the coast.
Yeah, we probably need rope. We didn't think this out too well, did we?
We're just here
What do you mean we didn't
scouting,
take
you
this out?
numbskull.
Did you think that we were just going to pick the trees up out of the ground and carry them back in our arms?
Normally,
Zarkov
I rely
probably
on
did.
you guys to figure this stuff out. I'm just here to provide the muscle and the dashing good looks.
Ingram will vainly flick her hair back over her shoulder.
Jaxie will pull out a piece of paper that has his attribute scores on it for a moment.
Zarkov will produce a playing card, like a collectible card.
Zarkov trading card. Oh dear lord.
WWE has trading cards.
It has his stats on the back end, some made up facts about things he did in the community.
I just know someone's going to make a fake magic card of Zarkov now, and he's going to have like 8 attack and 3 defense, but he has regeneration.
Zarkov V1 fact.
Well, all right.
One of those dual colors would be white and red.
Well, I wish you luck, and I guess I'll see you guys again sometime soon. Yeah, probably tomorrow, I'd guess.
Probably.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out in the area. Be safe.
Nice meeting you.
Take it easy.
Yep. With that, she wanders off.
I really want.
Oh, actually, with that, you wander off. She's got a boar to butcher.
It's like, yeah, I really wanted to do something with that board.
You know, now that you mention it, I am kind of hungry.
We'll scrounge up something. Probably do some fishing later on.
All right.
Ingram just eats a trail ration.
All right, you guys walk back to the ship, and it's late afternoon by the time you get back to the ship. And the captain comes walking in and says, "So, did you find suitable timber?"
Yes.
We
We
did.
need axes and rope, and maybe a saw.
So
We
trees.
And several people.
So there isn't like a lumber mill anywhere nearby. Then
No.
Oh, there's a village.
they probably don't have a lumber mill.
There's not much civilization to help us here.
Oh, that seems to jive with my. That means my estimation of where we are in my charts is probably pretty spot on. Okay,
At least we have an idea of where we are.
I guess we'll have to make temporary fixes of what we can get then from the forest. How big trees did you guys actually find?
Rather
I
sizable
don't know,
ones,
about
actually.
this tall, assuming a 1 to 44 scale.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll send some people back out there in the morning to go get some trees and stuff.
We did make contact with one of the natives of the area. She's currently overlooking the area, so if we head out there, if you send people out there ahead of us, just be known that that
I
person
figured
is.
that I'd wait till morning. You guys could go with them, so you could show them where you found stuff.
Very well.
Yeah, it works.
Okay, excellent. I want to take a short break here because I have to use the bathroom and such. So
Okay.
I'm going to throw it over to the Be Right Back card,
And I can continue to eat my ravioli.
and I'll be right back, guys.
This is reminiscent of one. This picture here is reminiscent of one of the Iron Claw games I used to play a while back with Liz. And secondly, makes me think about Clutch.
Wow, that's pretty good.
That is actually kind of awesome. I could do that.
No, you can't.
I simply choose not to.
I like the third comment.
First comment is pretty right though. That is some crazy Prince Persia shit.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, like that would be one thing that'd be fun to introduce. So, you two, Eric, at the very least, I think you'd be up for, since I don't think you've ever played Iron Claw or any Cardinal game stuff, because you can do some crazy stuff. And I made a character who did extremely heavy parkour shenanigans.
Nice.
The best moment being that he parkoured. He basically wall run. He also wall ran down a hallway that was wide enough only for one person at a time. He wall run over three people in front of him. And was able to do so and not get hit by any attacks because he was cornered on both sides. So his escape was to run down the hallway along the wall. And he was almost captured. Then, nope. Oh look, I'm looking at inventory. It's like, hey, look, Florida finally did something right because it arrested Justin Bieber.
Did he? Did that?
Yes, he was arrested in Miami, Florida.
For doing what?
Or I don't know, doing something stupid. I don't pay attention to that part. I don't pay attention enough to the news, or that purpose.
Yeah, I mean, celebrities are things that exist and I don't pay attention to, so.
A DUI, possibly high at the time.
So, what you'd expect of any celebrity?
To a degree, yes.
I'm back.
Hooray!
Just give me a moment or two to do one or two things before we start up here.
I'm back again.
Hooray!
Oh.
So I actually had a question in regards to a system suggestion.
Uh-huh.
I was wondering what system would be best used to replicate an archaeological expedition, kind of an Indiana Jones kind of deal.
Honestly, honestly, I think that could rely a lot more on. Well, I guess my counter question would be, how mathematically truncated would you want the skill system to be, or how loose would you want it to be?
I kind of want to do something I think it's something kind of skill light would be ideal.
Then I would say that the system doesn't matter as much as the setting. I actually had an idea for an Indiana Jones style campaign based in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons because of the collector class kit, because of how hilarious and I think you would enjoy the idea of it. Word. Picture this: you play a character. The main character is a professor at some university in favor and whatever. The owner of the university was outed by a thief who stole the rights to the university and is also borderline insane. And you also are a recent graduate who has massive student debts. So the new headmaster proposes a way for you to pay off your student debt by going on arbitrary missions to gather different archaeological items. And it would be
That's
a very
certainly one way to
episodic.
drive a plot.
Exactly. Also, it'd be very comedically oriented.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that's not what I really
my
had
first
in
thought was
mind,
Feng
though.
Shui because it's got it has the two-fisted archaeologist archetype.
I guess feng shui could work.
It does.
Iron
depend
Kingdoms
somewhat on-
also has a few professions that work for that, like the investigator or the explorer would work.
I also played as an archaeologist in one of Norman's game systems, which was Myriad Song. I played a xeno archaeologist.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, honestly, you could do it in most systems. It depends on sort of the general feel for the system you'd want to choose would depend on the sort of general feel you'd want to go with in terms of.
Yeah, I kind of want something non-magic, pretty much, so that like the traps within the the area of note would actually be dangerous,
Hmm.
and there would be like kind of an attrition while scrounging through the ruins type deal.
All right. Honestly, my gut feeling for that, given that it's sort of you want something sort of quasi-realistic, I guess, in terms of, you know, you know, traps and damage being actually a serious threat, is what it sounds like.
I'll be completely honest here. I can't shake the idea of a tabletop adaptation of La Milana.
Right. Honestly, I might lean towards something like GURPS. Honestly.
GURPS would work fine. Again, I think
I was
honestly,
kind of afraid you were going to say that because I don't know jack about GURPS.
Yeah, I know.
You could do Rollmaster, because that's always a
No.
good one.
You can go to hell.
Hey, listen, suggest Palladium.
I would make your Skype explode.
But yeah,
It's not that hard.
No, it
honestly,
isn't.
any of the more sort of skill-oriented generic systems would work pretty well.
Okay.
Just because they're generic systems and they do that sort of thing. I'm not sure I'd recommend any of the D20 games.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of any of those. Because
Um,
my initial thoughts were like fourth ed, and I was like, no, that doesn't really work.
Feng Shui I would be my first thought, but it's a little too. Might be a little too cinematic, maybe. But it would work. It would work.
I could see it working.
Yeah.
It would definitely have more of a zingy feel to it.
Feng
But I
Shui
think
could
it would
work.
also kind of have less thought of, okay, so we have this situation before us. How do we bypass it safely?
Yeah. Yeah. The other thoughts I have, Eric's right. The new Iron Kingdoms game would work very well for it, honestly.
Huh.
Um,
Yet another reason.
just honestly, you would just basically, the gifted archetype, doesn't exist. Therefore, the magic professions don't exist. Or careers,
Yeah.
I should say.
And you could totally just, like, mechanic explore.
Yeah. I mean, you'd probably have to strip out some of the stuff in there, but it'd be less work than stripping out the stuff that ties to feng shui sites in
Yeah.
feng shui.
Yeah, just get rid of Jax and Mechanica, and bang, you've got a pretty good, like, late 19th, early 20th century system for running around, doing, like, being all pulpy.
Yeah. And I imagine Savage Worlds would work pretty well too. I haven't played it, but I think that I know that there are several pulp games that the pulp worlds have been written for Savage Worlds, and
what was the one that we played? Paranoia.
yeah, that wouldn't be very appropriate.
That'd be a horrible idea.
Oh, jeez.
You could do Call of Cthulhu. That'll be fun.
Oh, geez, Call of Cthulhu. That would unfortunately be very apropos, but
It
also
would be.
very stereotypical.
Yeah.
Honestly, like you could say, I'm using the Call of Cthulhu system just because it covers some of the things I want to do. And then
Here's
like,
this puzzle you can't pass. Take sanity points.
Well, no, the horrible thing is that at the end you could then actually start spraying Cthulhu mythos on them as they get deeper into the whole thing,
Yeah, I know. But
which would be hilariously so. Like, oh, this is just a normal sort of archaeological game using the Call of Cthulhu system. That's fine. Wait, this is turning into a Call of Cthulhu game. Damn you!
Damn you, word!
yeah, I wouldn't do that simply by virtue of I don't find that kind of thing interesting. It's not my thing.
All right. So we all back?
The only person I haven't heard is
I'm
Wyron.
back.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Yay.
Then we'll switch out of be right back screen mode. Sorry for that little bit of a delay, but I had to use the restroom. And alrighty. Yeah. All right. So. All right, timbers are harvested, things are going along. Is there anything you guys want it's going to take about a week to get the ship fixed, and then get it back out to sea where you can actually sail away from the shore. Combination of all that stuff, and it's going to be basically a patch job, and the ship's going to have to basically put into port for repairs at the nearest actual port.
Right. I'm not certain what Engram can contribute to this. Like, I can see Jaxie, keeping everyone fed.
Yep.
And, Leonard's got survivalism on his side, and plus with that other lady, he could help keep guard, watch out for dangerous plants and that kind of stuff.
Honestly, the levitation spell would be very useful just for helping move timbers around and such.
Actually.
Okay.
It's like, levitation! Float the timbers up to various spots.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that you can hold, up to twice your weight or something.
Yeah. And again, it's not necessarily that it would, be... this is sort of, basically, it's fluff stuff. It's not.
Right, yeah.
Things that you learn during this period from various people. You do get to spend a bit of time with What's-Her-Bucket, Hesperia. She's, she actually grew up further south from here. She's surprisingly, she's actually originally from a inland town sort of near the deserts. She moved north because she just, got tired of it being hot all the time. And she's actually, as you can tell, fairly fair-skinned, so, she burns easily. So she didn't really like the desert heat and such. But she knows the land down there fairly well.
Do they have any local troubles?
Well, naturally, they're various, down by the deserts. There are,
I mean, in this area.
Oh, in this area? Not really.
Let's see how. Yeah, Jaxie's cooking is going just fine.
I mean, if you want to, there's probably a small bandit encampment you could raid and beat the crap out of.
I'm doing it to stave off boredom.
That's perfectly fine.
Okay, I'm in on that.
Yes, the two of you can go beat up bandits at some point.
They're bandits. They've definitely done something wrong, because otherwise they wouldn't be bandits.
You two just run off and fight bandits and have fun and let the lady do all the heavy lifting.
Yep.
And let the short fox man do all the cooking.
Okay.
Slackers.
We'll bring you back a thing.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm sorry that I'm not putting all of my 0 bonus strength to use.
I'm sorry, can you be more vindictive about that?
I'm sorry. Do you want to arm wrestle about it?
Wait, do I have more strength than the next character? I forgot. I don't think I do. Do I? I think.
I think that I've got. I'm pretty sure strength is my dumb. No, charisma is my dumb stat. I've got 10 strength.
I have more strength than you.
See?
I've got 12 strength, so I'm actually the second strongest in this group.
That's right.
Yeah, that's
wow. Really?
Well.
Yes.
Wow.
the
main
main
person with
lady
actual
is the
serious
second-
strength is Sarkov,
Yeah.
Yeah.
who is mighty.
It's true. I am.
Well, yeah, it sounds like that you're going to have to find another ship, or travel overland once you get to the next port.
Actually, there's have to have been some maps and charts that survived the wreck, right?
Oh yeah.
How far would we have to go if we were to just make a raft for ourselves?
Do you tell anybody this, or are you just doing this on your?
I'm just testing this curiosity first because I don't want to get laughed at.
That's fine. No one would actually laugh at you. They probably stare at you like you were daft. But it's another couple.
I think they figured out that we're all pretty daft.
It's another couple of days. It's like another 3 or 4 days sailing south from the next port, basically. Well, maybe not. It's like 1 or 2 days. It's like two to 3 days, basically. Assuming you don't assuming the winds are not completely unfavorable.
Be much more inclined to go with this plan if I actually had Bomb D Wind, but I don't have that spell.
Uh-huh.
It's also shamanism, and I suck at that.
Uh-huh.
Alright, I was just curious. This is not a plan that I support.
But yes, unless you guys want to, spend several weeks in port as they actually arrange for actual proper timbers and such and do a full rework on the ship. You'll have to either, as I said, travel overland or find another ship. That's up to you guys, though.
How long would an overland trip take?
At a guess from looking at the maps you have, it wouldn't it would increase your travel time to the temple by probably by about a week. And you'd have some troubles, in certain areas because you don't know, you really don't know the local terrain sort of near the deserts and such.
My big concern there is food because Zarkov.
Do like food.
I'm not so much concerned about water because, hey, magic.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. That Aqua Create is the first spell on my list.
Uh-huh. But yeah, unless you had someone who really knew, unless one of you really knew the terrain in that area, it would definitely be noticeably slower, especially once you get to the desert and such.
So what does Mrs. Forestry have to say about that?
Well, what do you mean by that?
Would you be willing to act as a guide for that purpose?
Are you actually going to approach her about that?
Yes.
Well, you approach Hesperia, and she looks and says, Engram, what can I do for you? Or sorry, you're still calling yourself Ellis, right?
Yes.
Okay. Ellis, what can I do for you?
You said that you came from the southern desert area, yes?
That is true.
Well, given how we are just passengers on this ship and we don't have any particular loyalties to it beyond business transaction, I've been entertaining the notion of traveling on overland, and having a guide would be useful. I was wondering what your thoughts on that would be.
If you can find a good guide, that would actually probably be a good idea.
Yes,
or
it
are
would
you
be.
asking me to actually help you?
Yes.
That was awkward.
I hate to say this, but what's in it for me?
What would you be interested in?
Well,
You said that you live in a village. I can't imagine that monetary compensation would hold much sway.
money's never a bad thing. I do occasionally have to
Granted.
travel into a city to buy various important supplies and such for winter and the like.
A fair point.
Having money to buy things that would actually make my cabin nicer is never a bad thing. I guess I could go south and see the family and such on the way back. Well, if you are willing to pay me to act as a guide once you get to the area where you need a guide, don't really have anything I need to be in this area for. So
What would you be asking?
she'll insert some quantity of money, which I'm not going to specify because I really
Fair enough.
that you guys can definitely afford with your various money you've picked up over time.
All right. I will consult with the rest of the group and have a response.
All right.
Back to the group. Doodle-doodle-doodle.
I am for it. What are we doing again?
So, Leonard, how do you feel like marching across a desert?
Well, you're going to have to march across the desert either way. You just have to be going it from a different direction this way, and
I just wanted to get a reaction out of him.
I know.
Glad you approve. Jaxie?
I'm sorry, I had to step away from the machine. What's up?
How do you feel like marching across a desert?
Might want to get some food stored up, but
Well, yes, that is a concern, of course, but assuming that wasn't an issue, because we could prepare for that.
yeah, that
Basically,
would be.
the question is if you were to hire Hesperia as a guide who does know the area near where you guys be going, if you did go overland from the next port,
Yes.
it would speed things up, and you would actually be able to travel through that territory more safely.
And a bit more expediently, I'd imagine.
And she's from the desert areas, so she probably would know some things about traveling through the desert a bit more safely than
Us.
Yeah.
All she asked for is monetary compensation, and insert amount here, which is apparently a reasonable amount.
You guys can definitely afford it.
I imagine it would get us to where we're going quicker than it would if we were to wait for the ship.
And there's no guarantee you'd be able to find another ship going south from that port.
True. Fine.
All right, then. Leonard, I trust you'll be taking your prisoners with you.
You should be able to offload them in the town.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, but we gotta take them part way.
Well, you guys are going.
Well, I wasn't gonna leave him here.
And yes, the prisoners have not escaped.
Okay.
And we can use them to partially pay for it, probably.
All right. Well, it sounds like you were hiring her.
Yes.
All right. Excellent. All right. So
So we erect a cart, stuff the prisoners in gunny sacks, and leave them in the back.
well, basically, the ship is fixed. You sail to the next port. You get off there. Leonard turns in his bounties.
Cha-ching!
Leonard makes money.
Yay.
You acquire, a significant quantity of foodstuffs. And she suggests that you should travel to that if you guys pass through, if you guys, basically, if given where you're headed in the desert. Well, she actually has to ask you roughly where you are headed into the desert, so she knows where the best point to enter the desert from would be.
I point on a map. Around here.
All right. Well, then, actually, probably the best bet would be to head to my hometown from here. You can stock up on supplies for the desert trip there.
Okay.
All right, then.
And yeah. Alrighty. So you pack up and everything, and you buy a bunch of foodstuffs to get you to that town and set out.
Oh. And thanks to my half-dragonness, I don't need as much food as anyone else.
No, we just take up the space that you have for food with food for me.
Exactly.
All right. You travel for several days. She eventually learns how ridiculously good a cook Jaxie is.
Let me see if I get an exceptional result just for giggles. That's a standard result of a 33.
So average Jaxie food, which is ridiculously good.
And remember, you always got to finish shit with yum. But yes, indeed.
Now you know why he offered.
Ah, well, yes.
You're gonna eat that? Ow. Ow.
Yeah, so you travel on for a few days. And eventually you get to a bit of. There's a bit where you're traveling through a fairly sparse forest. Uh, it's not a forest, it's a wood, really. And you all are camped out for the night. What watch do you want her on?
She's human, right?
Yes,
Which
Okay.
would she be most comfortable on?
she'll take the morning watch with Leonard.
All right.
Of course she would.
Well, it's easiest.
I'm not sure exactly what he's implying. She's implying.
I'm just saying that for snark.
All right. Well, let me consult my notes. Yeah. All right. So, all right. So we're gonna do something. Might be happening. So
Okay.
Yay.
I'm going to just do something here.
Is there another dragon I get to punch?
It is not a dragon.
Oh.
Stop insisting on punching dragons. You're making me uncomfortable.
Let's see if we can find the right thing here. It's in here, I think. Yes, it is. Excellent.
Don't worry, Alice. I only punch smart dragons.
That would earn you some ice breath.
Ow.
So there you go. There's a campfire.
And now my drink is suitably cool.
You guys can set yourself up around the campfire as you see fit. You might not want to be that close if you're asleep, just as a random thought. Right next to a campfire while asleep is not necessarily the most comfortable spot.
Oh, while sleeping. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I should turn my mic
Well
on.
then, yeah. Little further back. Don't want to accidentally roll into the bloody thing.
Sort of what I was thinking. Yes. All right. So.
What are you,
first-
like, lying on top of him?
Who, me?
Yeah.
She likes Leonard.
Go away.
All right. So Eric,
You're so adorable.
Eric, you're the first watch.
I imagine that like you woke him up for his watch while you were already like clinging onto him.
She's not. She doesn't like him that much.
Well, then how would you? Then why are you still next to me?
All right.
Zarkov's on first watch. She just
So
laid
first,
down. next to the
first watch, Zarkov, give me a
okay.
perception check. Spot listen.
Spot. Durr.
All right, nothing happens. Second watch, that's Jackson and Engram.
Sorry, had to cat.
Had to cat.
Yes.
Nope. Listen, at least.
That's an epic spot check, Sketch.
Oh, I got a good spot check. And oops, I almost rolled a D200.
That'd have been impressive.
No.
And nothing particularly interesting happens in that on that shift either. Leonard,
Oh.
Okay. Spot first. 16. Listen. 22.
all right. Well, you and Sperry at the same time hear a roaring noise off from not too far away, and then hear a bit of a thudding noise moving towards you.
Uh-oh.
And then you look off in the distance, He's moving fairly quickly towards you.
Ooh, nudge, 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 nudge,
What?
nudge,
What?
nudge, 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 nudge.
Yeah, she's waking Zarkov up.
I don't want to go to school.
Something big and angry is coming towards us.
Really?
Zarkov went to school?
It is off to the southwest. Southeast, I should say.
Great.
No, you don't get to move yet.
No.
No.
Don't worry, I have the second highest strength in the party. I'll hold it off.
You get to move when I say you do.
Yeah, you get to move when you roll initiative, folks.
That didn't stop us last combat.
Yeah, well, this is a more structured combat.
Oh dear.
So you all should probably roll initiative.
What? Initiatives?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that'll just hold us down.
Alright, I need to find the thing I'm looking for. So I forgot to make a...
Aha! I'm very unfast.
I forgot to finish making this token.
Whoops.
So I need the page open. Oh, its initiative bonus isn't that amazing.
Considering all the other bonuses it gets, he said under his breath.
Oh, hang on. Let's remove the campfire from the initiative tracker.
The campfire springs up. Don't worry, everyone!
Yeah, that was my bad. So you should,
I cooked that delicious dinner, and now I will cook them. Come, Jaxie.
What? What's that?
I was just entertaining the idea that the campfire is actually like a familiar of yours.
And yes, I've added you to the initiative tracker, so you should, add your initiative to the...
Oh, hello. Well, doesn't this one look charming?
So, okay. And you're all rolled. We will sort. All right. Well, Hesperia's up first.
Oh, it's a Carnivian.
I like the model. It makes a good Mazuku picture.
It does.
Honestly, a lot of the Legion of Everblight stuff does. Jaxie and Engram. Looking at it, it looks sort of, in terms of form, very similar to the thing you saw in the woods where you're looking for the trees. Looking for timber.
Oh, that.
But not as big. It is merely very, very, very large. Not gigantic. It's not ginormous gigantic. All right, well, she is going to move.
She's going to get the F out of Dodge.
Now she's moving south a bit. She unlimbers her bow. You hear her mutter something under her breath. And the bowstring starts glowing. One thing you
Zarkov
notice,
sees that. I can do that too.
she draws back the bowstring without an arrow and lets fly. And a bolt of shimmering sort of bluish purplish energy goes flying towards the big monstery thing.
That's pretty cool.
What is her bonus? It's pretty good. There we go. Yeah. There we are. Yeah, she hits.
Yeah, she does.
Hey.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to finish her token, so. She moves. She can't pull attack, so. D8 plus something pretty big, actually. plus d6 plus 4. And she does 13 damage to it. And I need my notepad to take down damage on. Find a blank page in here. So I still haven't bothered buying a new notepad. Because I'm lazy. I know there are blank pages in here somewhere. God damn it. Damn it. There we go. So she did 13 to it, and it has... Okay. Oh, that's give me...
1 second, I'll be right back.
All right. So... Susperia. Leonard, you're up.
Let's see, where is this thing? Ah.
Yeah, she did not use the magical bow conjured arrows on the boar because it's kind of overkill.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
She didn't want to tip her hand that she was Artemis that quickly.
No, she killed the boar.
I didn't say she was good Artemis.
Artemis is a huntress. Artemis probably
Yes,
would
but
kill
she would
boars.
never shoot Tusky.
Well, no, and that wasn't Tusky. That wasn't That wasn't the Caledonian boar. It was significantly smaller.
But still cute.
Well. I am actually
And delicious.
100 feet away. Oh, well. I will shoot it with my longbow, even though it's actually technically in the, I think, medium range. So
Go for it.
29. Oh, I guess I still hit.
Roll damage.
Full 8.
Full 8.
All right.
Nice.
Let's see. Nope, it doesn't have damage resistance.
Yay!
But it does have spell resistance, doesn't
I have
it?
no idea what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It is a Mazuku.
Yep. The only thing that actually has more spell resistance than a dragon.
Well, it's going to come flying towards you guys. Because it can fly.
Oh,
Oh.
great.
Of course it can.
Carnifians don't have wings?
Oh, it doesn't have wings either.
Oh, god damn it.
It just levitates.
Goddamn cheating Everblight warlocks.
Let's see. Let me double check what its fly move is. Hold on.
I was gonna say, what's its fly speed?
All right, there we go. Actually, it'll. Does it want to do that, or does it want to Does it want to cheat?
I wonder which the noble creature cheating.
Yeah, actually, it winks out of existence.
Of course.
Well,
I'm just like, wait, it has astral phasing. Screw this noise.
What?
Jaxie, you're up.
Of course, yes. Everyone's still close enough to me for dash, right? More or less.
Hesperia.
The lady isn't. At least I don't think she is.
Well,
Yeah, she's out of range. All of us are in range.
You
well,
could also move up to get her in range.
Well, then
Yeah,
he
but
can't.
then
Though.
he can't.
yeah.
Oh,
And
right.
I kind of need to. We can't in order for this to pull off. I don't have my talisman active, so this is going to be really require incanting. And well, 14.
Oof.
14 drain. Great start.
Ow.
But you're all dashed.
You'll thank me later.
Oops.
Campfire's
What
not
was
dash.
that?
Especially when that
The
happens.
chair.
The chair.
Yes, you managed to dash the campfire. Well done.
The campfire will burn out faster. It's our only hope.
Zarkov.
Good job, Jaxie. Now I will quickly burn them all to ashes. Crackle, 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 crackle.
Hello, monster. Where'd you go? Here, monster, monster, monster. I can't do anything till there's a monster there.
Do you want to ready in action, or you just want to?
Yeah, I'll already in action and activate my gauntlets.
So, all right. Actually, activating gauntlets is an action. So,
Oh, it is? Okay.
yeah. So,
Yeah, then I'll activate the
so you
flame
move up and activate the
gauntlets.
gauntlets. Okay. Engram.
Yeah.
I don't have Elemechia Lance. I'm sad. Oh dear. And this thing has really good saves too, I noticed.
Yes.
At first I wasn't too worried, but then I realized, wait, this isn't 4th edition. Fuck.
So what are you doing?
So-
What are you doing, Engram?
I think the only thing I really can do. I'm going to make a ready to action, and I'm going to cast Garruk Rahard on it next time I see it.
All right. Engram's done. Speria's up. Well, she will ready a bow shot for obvious reasons. Leonard?
I'm going to take my chain out. And,
Yep.
if it appears, I'm going to lash out at it.
Okay. Well, it is
Monster.
its turn. It's going to use its astral phasing to appear where it wants to appear, basically.
I have a feeling I know where it's going to appear.
Inside Ingram.
How cruel am I feeling?
You are gonna friggin' have it appear inside one of us and just explode us?
No, 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 no.
They can't tell a frag.
No, they can't.
That's not how it works.
Humiliation.
Actually, I should turn the grid on so I can actually better look at stuff here.
We're actually having a fight on the grasslands.
Yeah, I just didn't get around to making a map for this, so.
Yeah, that's fine. I just think it's kind of. I just like to imagine that one of us got really freaking bored and just graffitied this on the ground.
The question is whether I drop it right next to Jaxie or if I'm feeling that cruel.
Of course you are.
That would be freaking really mean of me.
That would be. It would also be the tactically
Actually, I've
the
got a better
smartest thing to
spot
do
for it.
tactically.
Yep, that'll do.
Knew it.
Recent existence right there.
Knew it. I knew it was going to be between me and Jaxie.
Just going to be like, oh, that's actually a perfect spot for it. Never mind. Your ready actions can go off now.
Okay.
Too far away.
Yeah, no. Alrighty, here's hope. Please be a good dice roll.
You're casting, huh?
Yes,
Are you casting defensively?
of course.
Good. You should make your concentration roll for that then.
Yeah, I get in there. I gotta find that. I was just clicking that while I found the other
That's
thing.
perfectly fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I concentrate.
Nice. You were fine.
Okay. Shit. I did not get the spell off. Let's see if I can control it. I'm just gonna press the button again.
That's fine.
We'll go with the original drain score.
That's fine.
While I control it,
That's good. So the spell actually goes off.
yeah. So 4 drain. That's actually phenomenally okay with me.
Yeah, honestly.
Jeez. All right. So
where I assume you're dropping the ball behind it,
yes.
so it doesn't
Like-
electrify you and Jaxie.
Yeah. Here I think would be good.
Fine, whatever. It's a 30-foot burst, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is actually a pure sorcery spell, so it does not actually just shrug it off with magic resistance. Because magic resistance only works against common spells.
There's a reason I said this one. I have to use this one.
Yep. That's actually one thing I need to check. Hold on a second.
And the save is Fortitude half, for reference.
I'm aware.
Okay. I had to check that myself.
This is not a sufficiently buff Mazaku to just laugh at sorcery as well. So you are calling from higher up the food chain. So
All right. And
so
that
roll
would be-
damage.
Ah, shit. 14 electric damage.
All right. D20 plus 11.
Aha!
Full.
Yay, I did something useful.
All right. Well, Hesperia is going to shoot. She hits again. Another, that's D8, not just 8. Another bolt of bluish-purple energy goes streaking out of her bow with the thing. Doing another 12 damage.
No objections.
It snarls in fury and agony. And it says, "Your quest shall fail. I will make sure that the mistress does not want you to succeed. I will stop you here." And it's going to lash out with a claw at Engram and one at Jaxie.
Yeah, who didn't see this coming?
So, Engram.
I mean, the two people at the lore master levels that we
Oh,
totally beat.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, damn. That's a lot of ouch.
Okay, well, does it crit is the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It can't not crit.
Well, if it rolled a 1, it wouldn't. So, 38. Word.
I'm down.
Boom!
Ow!
Jaxie. It merely hits you for 15.
Nearly 15.
Daxie will wait for a moment and then react with an ouch.
Wham!
I don't even get to react.
No. Sorry, Word.
Wow, Word, you just got... Wow, I'm sorry.
Thump. That's the wrong thing. Sorry.
Can I go now?
Yes!
All right. 5 feet. Full attack. Let's see. 30, miss. So,
So we'll move you there. Move you down below it now. Oop, there we go.
4 and bleed.
All right, so it takes 4. It sort of looks over at you with its hideous eyeless face.
Well, his face would have been hideous, but the lack of eyes just made it worse.
Yeah.
Hey, can you see this? And I'm going to flip it off.
Amusing, mortal. I shall crush you next.
I have no objections to this.
Jaxie, you're up.
What?
I nominate you for medical care.
I wonder why. The problem is healing. Do I need to be adjacent to someone to do healing on them?
You won't be able to use the healing spell. It's not enough. You can't use healing on someone who is unstable.
Yeah, you have to stabilize them first.
Stabilizing. What skill is that again?
Healing. There's a
Healing.
healing skill.
I don't have a macro for that. That should give you an idea about how bad of a proposition this is.
Yeah.
You may want to move away from the Monster at the moment, anyways.
Yeah, the monster just kind of wrecked the healer.
What?
Let me just make sure. Let me just see what my healing skill is. My suspicion is that it's just raw attribute, whatever the attribute score is.
Wisdom.
Yeah, it's going to be wisdom.
Wisdom.
So I'm going to guess this is going to be a 0.
Hey, Leonard should be a better healer than I would be.
Busy.
He can hurt the thing. You don't have anything you can throw at it that doesn't eat magic resistance out the ass.
Mm-hmm.
You can taunt it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Yes, and then we could have a dead fox.
Jaxie's gonna hide behind Zarkov. And then indeed attempt to taunt him.
Look at the cute little fox run away from me. Isn't that adorable?
And he's going to assert essentially the cowardice of attacking and beating down a lady first in a fight. And damn it. That's a bad roll.
Oh, he can fail it. Oh,
Oh
y'all-
my, he almost failed it.
He pauses, looks at you, and says, "It might be cowardly, but it was the logical, intelligent, tactical maneuver to do to take out your spellcasters first."
This is good. This is
If Ingrid was conscious, she would agree with this notion.
This is just going to be fodder for Jaxie's second retort, because that's way too rational. That's way too rationalized of an answer for the.
Zarkov?
Kick logic out and do the impossible.
Kick logic to the curb.
I seem to have accidentally moved myself underneath the monster.
Okay, Eric. There we go. You are. No,
There.
we
All right.
go.
So I'll charge for the extra +2 to hit,
Okay.
and
So you got +2 from the charge, +2 from the dash.
yep,
Are you power attacking?
power attacking.
Okay.
So, and this is going to be a pacifist crush.
I don't blame you one little bit.
And it hits.
Yes, you
by
do.
a lot.
Thank pork.
Its armor class is not amazing. All right, roll damage.
That's quite nice. Yes.
22, you say. Ow.
Oh, Mecha, question.
Yep.
This is me just hoping against hope, but you said it hit me physically, right?
Yep.
Was
It
that a
counts as
magical
magical.
concept? Yeah, fuck.
All of its attacks count as magical.
Yeah, I thought so. I just thought I'd hope against hope.
It's a Matsuku. It's living, breathing magic, effectively.
I know.
Well, I
Maybe
did not
it's-
even
maybe it
realize
sucks
that the
too.
chat was making Gurren Lagann references when I made my Gurren Lagann.
Ingram, you can make roll a d20. There's a chance you'll just stabilize on your own.
D100, or are you not doing that?
No, it's d20.
Hmm.
Just roll a straight d20. On a 20, you stabilize. On a 10 plus, nothing. You know the deal.
Oh, we're going to do it that way.
Well,
Okay.
just roll a d20. There's
Eh.
nothing. You don't. There's some. I forget the actual rule for it for auto stabilizing in third ed.
I remember how it works in 3.5. You roll a D100, and if you get 90 or better, then you stabilize. Otherwise, you lose 1 HP.
Okay, then do that. Well, actually, you could do the same thing on a d20. I mean,
Yeah, and
That would do it.
You just did.
so you stabilize.
So, yay.
So you're stabilized. You're no longer bleeding out.
As,
Great.
Hesperia is going to full attack now.
Now all we need to do is wait for everyone to kill this damn thing and hope it doesn't completely destroy anyone else.
All right.
Bloody hell.
So it's a bow. So I forget. Oh god, it's been forever since I've done archery in 3.5.
it's base attack plus dex plus
Well,
whatever.
Well, I know what her base to hit number is. I'm just looking up the.
Incidentally,
she says
this
second
is not
attack
the
based on her
first.
base
This is
attack
not the
bonus,
first time
okay.
Skitch has witnessed me getting completely crushed for over my life max.
Yep.
Fuck you, Max Rage.
That we're calling this being Mex Rage at this point.
Yes.
Being one shot at the beginning of a fight.
All right. On the plus side, her bow is very nice.
Thinking about it, I think I got hit for the exact same number.
All right. Well, she looses off 3 energy arrows. Because it is a longbow of speed +1. That's not how that works. Oh, I know how to do this. Never mind. We will fix this. Actually, we'll just ditch one of those because the first one is an actual roll. So her first arrow misses. And then the next 2 rolls, she gets a hit. For another 12 damage. It's adding up. Let's see. The monster could just full attack Zarkov and just crush him.
You can try.
At least Zarkov can take a hit like that.
That would really hurt, though.
I'm just double checking what its Mazuku power does.
Great. Beck, you say that, but this thing isn't as much of a badass as the dragon was. I'd rather fight this thing than the dragon.
Incidentally, they're both the same CR. I know what it's going to do. It's going to basically blink back a brief bit. And then it's going to direct a scythe of purple-blue energy across Zarkov, Leonard, and is Jaxie in range? No. So just Zarkov and Leonard. Both you need to make reflex saves, DC 22.
Oh, well.
Okay, my Skype derped. It's going to what?
It fires a beam of purplish blue energy out of
Fucking
its
hell.
mouth. DC 22 reflex save to take half damage.
Wait. We get bonuses still, don't we?
I think you still get +2 reflex from dash.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I make it then.
Oh, it decides to blast Leonard.
And
Okay.
you. It's shooting
And
the beam
you.
across both of you.
Yeah, the only reason I'm not getting hit is because I'm on the ground.
It's considered you're out of the fight. It's not worrying about it at the moment. So I need a save from you too, Eric.
Eric.
I think Eric's Skype derped again. Yep,
It did. It's doing the bars thing, or dots thing. So the Mazuku completely obliterates Zarkov with its disconnection scythe.
No, it gets worse in a second.
What are you saying? I was the lucky one?
No, you're gonna see what I'm gonna do in a second once we resolve this.
Okay, so it's hitting me. I need to make a what now?
Reflex save, DC 22.
Okay. Also, once more, fuck you, Skype.
Yes.
Hey,
Hey.
Whatever.
Okay, so you and Leonard are taking half this damage.
wait.
Okay.
I think that I'm
Oh,
fine. actually.
balls.
Ow. That's that was ouchy.
I think I might be fine anyway.
Oh, do you have evasion?
I have some form of evasion. I'm not sure which one I have. I have uncanny dodge and improved uncanny dodge. I'm not sure what those do.
Those do not help for this. Those just mean you are
Okay,
yes.
yeah.
You
I
need
get evasion at a later level.
Okay, well then you take 15 damage.
Ow. Ow.
And Eric, it's not done
Yeah.
with you yet.
Okay.
Then it makes one claw attack on you. Wha-bam!
Ouch. Okay.
That was the Mazuku.
So it did 15 and then 18. Doesn't like me very much.
No, it doesn't.
Hey, we're at the same level now.
Leonard, you're up.
I'm
Okay.
up. Leonard's
No,
up.
I am going to step this way.
Incidentally, don't you still have a hero point?
Eric might.
Hmm.
Sarkov might.
Okay.
And I hit twice.
All right, roll damage.
Okay. Is it bleeding?
Nope.
I figured it wouldn't be.
All right,
But I do 10 damage total.
so noted. Jaxie?
Let's see here. I will use my move action to taunt him again.
All right.
I'll taunt him a second time. And tell him he couldn't hit the side of a large metropolitan area if he was. I'm trying to think of this. Like, you could hit the wrong side of a large metropolitan area. Wow. Wow.
By that, you're implying
I-
that Ingram is easier to hit than a large metropolitan area. How rude.
I'm debating using the using my hero point for this thing here.
That's
Just
fine
because
if you want to.
Well, if you do, then you'll succeed, basically.
I pretty much can't. Well, I can't fail if I use the hero point. So let's go with this. There we go.
All
So
right.
that's actually a 38.
Yep. All right, so you succeed, and it takes the 8 non-lethal from that.
8.
From the initial. I was gonna. Oh, you want to?
Oh, right, from the initial one, right?
So.
And he gets, and he
Oh, is that my
is,
Skype fucking up again?
and
I
he
don't
is
know, Eric,
abashed.
All right.
Oh, that's good.
Eric, are you there?
I heard him swearing about Skype a moment ago.
to
I'm
be
going
fair,
to guess.
to This creates a de facto +4 AC bonus.
Yep.
For the party, so
Eric.
So, yeah, apparently Skype has decided that it wanted to start bitching out on me, like, in the middle of a fight. So I
Annoying.
apologize.
Well, Jaxie just embarrassed it.
Oh, that's good.
Your turn, yeah.
5-foot step. Full attack.
Yep.
Justice!
an extra attack. Remember,
Oh, yeah, that's right. So,
If you have any misses, please use your hero points so we can kill this thing.
That's a hit.
well, I hit, and, Pacifist Crush.
Okay.
Hit. Wait. Oh, wait, that's damage.
Be really
Next
impressive.
hit.
Hit.
Still hits.
Mm-hmm.
2 damage.
And your dash attack.
Yep.
Well! Wait, that was another
That's
damage roll.
Oh, that was damage, sorry.
So just push the. There you go. That'll hit. Yep. So there's all hit.
And, yeah, and then damage.
So that. Oh, you already. Well, I was gonna go with the 20 damage you rolled before. So.
Oh,
And-
okay.
Yeah,
So
62,
it's 62
damage.
damage. All right. The Mazu staggers backwards. That's why the problem I have that. Okay. Staggers backwards. You notice sort of like you've actually cracked the armor plating on its chest, and you see purple energy sort of leaching out of it. He goes, you've broken my mortal form, but I will be back, and I will finish you next time.
No, you won't, because that's how Team Zarkov rolls.
And it collapses. It basically folds in on itself in a brilliant flash of purple light and disappears.
Angry
Uh,
cop's blood.
Um.
She doesn't seem to be bleeding at the moment.
Healing.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to make rolls for this. It's out of combat.
That'd be good because I would have another 10 drain.
Yeah, we're not worrying about that. You get her back up and conscious. You won't be able to get her fully healed tonight, but
So
All
that guy
I
hits
remember
hard.
is purple.
so yes, Sparia's like that looked a bit like the thing in the woods, but
Yes,
smaller.
Yes.
What the hell did it want with us?
That's a good question. 'Cause I'm pretty sure it didn't want a deep body chest massage. 'Cause that's what
Look
it
at all
gave
the
it.
pretty Jaxies dancing in the sky.
Okay, can we just like gag her for recovery purposes?
Yes. What indeed could the Mazaku want with our heroes? Find out next time in the Slayers campaign. Because
Do
that's
you guys hear something?
Is this like one of those cliffhanger moments or something?
There's no cliff. We're in the middle of a desert.
Desert hanger
You're
moments.
middle of woods, but yeah. You're not in the desert yet. And that's where we're going to end this session, guys. Questions will be answered next time. We'll be back next week with some sort of RPG. I think we'll be back with Star City next week. So, but we'll work out during the week. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope everybody had fun. We'll see you next time. Take care and good night.
Bye, kids.
Ow.